Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
Well, welcome into the show.
We made it.
We made it in, and the mics work, baby. Let's go, baby. Welcome in Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder on the Woodward Sports Network. Shout out to KG.
The man.
Between shows, making phone calls, getting things done, going out and just man of the people and getting the mics to work again.
I hate to brag, but I also just fixed Nick's camera, so
oh
shout
my
out.
God.
Bang!
That was a close one.
Bang!
We almost had a Mario situation on our hands.
Let's go, boys. Hey, great night to have a night. And we got working Mike. Shout out KG.
Shout out KG for that. Shout out to people who are tuning in, though. Appreciate you guys. We've got the full squad there. You guys saw KG, Nick, Broder. How are we? the bark, man.
What? You asked me how I was doing.
Feeling great today, it sounds like.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's been a great
it's Tuesday. You know what that means?
What's that?
I don't
Hump
know.
day?
Taco Tuesday. What did you say, hump day?
Yeah.
No, that's Wednesday.
Nah, not when the Lions play on Sunday.
I don't know. By the way, Nick just reminded me of the little dance. Is that what Rashad White hit in the end zone on his touchdown?
The blade?
Was that a shot? Yeah, the blade.
So I saw something on Instagram.
I've never
Or
done
was it not?
The creator of the dance in Detroit, Rashad White actually reached out to him and said, "Hey, listen, it was no disrespect. I did it
I love
in
that,
Detroit."
then.
He said he had family that grew up in Detroit and different things like that. So he was like, "I meant no disrespect." He thought it was like he thought it was gonna hit different than it did, and everyone was like, "Why'd you just do that dance?"
God.
And then it blew up, and then he ended up messaging him, and he messaged him back and said, "Hey, no big deal."
Dude, I love that out of Rashad
he
White.
basically I don't know who the rapper or whoever it was, but he said that we obviously were all gonna go at your head after that because we were in a battle at that point.
Yeah, I've never done that dance in my life. I'm not good at it. I wasn't trying to do anything there. I was just hyped. So there we go.
I will say,
shout
it was
out,
Blade
I guess
Icewood.
Rashad did it.
when I coached
Yeah.
at Saginaw Valley, you know how sometimes they throw players in the middle, like in the pregame, you do like the intros and everything. It was like a big time game, like a regional, like an NCAA tournament game or something, and they threw me in there. They said, "Oh, Booner, you're in there," and Wim circle around me, and I didn't know what dance to hit. First thing, the only thing I knew was, "Hey," and I hit
Blade
that,
dance.
and I just kept doing it. We were on the road and everything. The lights were off, and it was just me, spotlight, and it was unbelievable.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
It's a Detroit special, man. So you got to.
I like that
It's
he
a great-
did it out of
I love it.
respect, too.
Yeah.
I think it was out of respect. I'll
It
show you
looked like he was
on a
trying.
break.
Like, it just looked goofy that the offensive lineman was doing it behind him, but
Yeah.
it looked legit. I just wasn't sure because Amon-Ra hit the Baker Mayfield dance at the end, so I didn't know if they were going back
That was
and forth.
great, by the way.
Yeah, so
Saint has some good touchdown dances.
oh yes. Hopefully we see one more on Sunday because I think they're 10-0 when Amon-Ra
No
St.
way.
Brown scores a touchdown.
No way.
I believe so.
He gets in the end zone a lot, man.
He gets in the end zone, they win.
Yeah, then he better get in the end zone.
Yeah.
I'm betting him to get in the end zone over
Yeah.
money line.
Is
for
he on
sure.
your top 5
Actually,
important players on the Lions?
I will get to you later on that.
Ah!
We've got a packed show for you guys, though. We're going to go a lot of Detroit Lions 49ers here. That's basically going to be the whole week for you guys. Obviously, this is the biggest week of all time in Detroit Lions sports history. So we're going to make sure we're giving you guys that content. 8:15, we're going to dive into the matchup, quarterback battle, all of that, different things. 8:30, we have top 5 most important Detroit Lions players to make a Super Bowl run and win the Super Bowl. I have my top 5 here. Maybe Amon-Ra St. Brown made it. Maybe he didn't. But 8:45, George Kittle had a little conversation and brought some things up about Dan Campbell and his team. Gave him a lot of respect, actually, fellas. So we'll talk about that. 8:45, 9 o'clock, Cam Sutton, Detroit Lions defense, Aiden Hutchinson, Broder. I've got some things for you on that. 9:15, another kind of top 5, really top 3. It's the bold predictions for a championship weekend.
Bold.
I have a couple good ones.
You gave me one of them, and I like it.
I love them. And then we're going to talk Sam Laporta at 9:30, Jared Goff at 9:40. I think throughout the week, guys, like we pick like some big players and do like those 9:30, 9:40 segments. Take a player and just let's give them props, talk about them. What are they going to do this Sunday? So I picked Sam Laporta and Jared Goff.
All right. At 9:30, Nick, you got Alex DeBrincat.
Let's go.
No,
baby.
Sam Laporta.
We're getting updates from Nick today. The Wings right now are tied at 2 against the Dallas Stars, formerly Mike Modano's team. Yeah.
Let's go.
I want to go to the Wings game Saturday.
I mean, I was thinking about it. We got the Vegas coming into town. I mean, Vegas, we throw a little wager, write out some parlays together. I don't have a hookup on tickets like that.
I think I do.
I mean, your guy, it would be the hookup. He does work here.
I've got a good friend, man.
LGRW.
I think I know who I'm gonna ask for some tickets. All right, let's get into this though. How are you guys feeling? First of all, 48 hours after going to the NFC Championship, how are we all feeling? Like, are we confident? Are we like, all right, here we go. Now it's another game week. Like, how are we?
Yeah, like I'm ready for Sunday. Like, all I can think about is this 49ers game now. Yeah. And I rewatched the game last night because we had Woodward remain this morning. It got me so jacked up, but it showed me too. These boys, these Lions boys, they're for real. Oh. This is going to be a game on. It's going to be a good game.
It feels like too, like national media and stuff that I've been watching. A lot of these players, and outside of like the national media, a lot of these players and the people who know what they're talking about, they're giving the Lions props, and they're like, no, like we're going to get into that George Kittle segment. He's a guy too. Like these players, like no. It's not like a by accident that the Detroit Lions did this. Like they're here for a reason.
Block it out though. It's too much good. Just
block it all. We want all the negativity. We want to be the underdog here, which we are. 7 points. KG, how are we feeling? 48 hours after the game.
Hey, you know how I'm feeling. I ain't scared of no damn 49ers, man. This team earned the right to be here. They are good enough to be here. Let's put it on the field. Let's get it rocking, man. But I'm confident in my boys. I know we took a hit on the O-line, but, hopefully we can still withstand that and play our best football.
Oh, yeah. Nick?
Yeah, I'm way less hungover today than I was on Monday after that big celebration, no doubt there. But it's all going forward now. We are not looking backwards. I am more and more confident as we get closer to this game that we are going to beat the San Francisco 49ers. I'm confident in it. And I'm confident in this team, just full-fledged. I think we're going to be able to run the ball. And I know we're going to dive into it the rest of the week. I'm not going to give everything out now, but I'm confident, Booner.
I thought you were going into your full game breakdown right there for a second.
Almost did.
I know you were. I was going to have to cut you off. Hey, Nick, we got that throughout the week. Relax. Want to show this too as well, because obviously the Lions season's over in Ford Field. I worked down there, so I was by Ford Field today, and I was walking around. You could see all the playoff things and all the stuff they had had up, and I was like, this is sweet. Like,
you see the picture of me at not Campus Martius, but where the Midway?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, and then
today
Jimmy King jersey. I don't know. I just saw it when I was walking to Ford Field the other day. It's a bunch of people.
It's at the Midway?
Yeah.
I haven't checked the Midway.
Yeah, I'm in the number 24 Michigan jersey.
I'd like to check that one.
Yeah,
out.
as when I lost to Braylon by 1 3-pointer before I worked here.
Good thing I wasn't there. I wasn't on site at that point.
Oh, I would have totally owned you.
Oh, 3-point contest? I'm always the best here.
Booner, you who?
I'm KG. I've shown my mixtape on air a few times.
Oh, you got a mixtape. I know it's real.
I'm a Ball is Life mixtape too. I was a dog.
It's pretty good. Broder.
I had a strap in high school.
Broder, did you get looks coming out of Cranbrook?
Yeah, but nowhere anywhere big.
That's a private school.
No, I did. Hey, I did.
No, seriously, did you?
Yeah, because I was a small forward and I was 6'5", so it kind of fit. I wasn't athletic enough to play like defense at a high level.
I was 5'11", 5'10", and I was a shooting guard. Wow. I was never going anywhere. I had like JUCO offers.
Any offer, like there's no looking down upon it. If you can play basketball in college, good for you, or baseball or football.
I coached, and I coached against Tom Izzo. I coached against Juwan Howard, Chris Holtman. Hey, and I was a coaching dog.
Oh yeah,
Booner got a resume. I didn't know.
I've got a big resume. The end of Ford Field season is done.
Pause.
Did you guys see the decibel record? And KG, there's a tweet I put in there. It's devoted to Detroit Twitter, and you'll see at the top of it says MCDC for president. If you just want to throw that up whenever, but. Detroit Lions, back-to-back weeks. Last week, they broke the record. I think it was like 133. This week, they re-broke the Ford Field record. They didn't just... I thought it was you did that for the Dallas goal. But they didn't just break the Ford Field record. Last week, they were in fourth, and they were behind New Orleans Stadium. Now they're above New Orleans, and now they're top 3 ever in decibels at 134.3.
Nice.
Let's go.
You were there, brother. I'm Nick. You were there.
No, I'm glad that it's just validated that it was just a little bit louder. It was so intense.
I wonder
in there.
when
it was
it
so
got
much
broke.
fun.
I bet you it was the CD interception.
That was one of them.
Or the
when Derek Barnes picked
actually.
it off at the end.
The Derek
I think
Barnes
that
one.
was it.
Yeah.
Maybe. Amon-Ra St. Brown's touchdown was pretty big.
Yeah,
The sack, Hutch's sack on Baker, that was pretty big.
When Gibbs dusted Winfield.
Oh my gosh,
That was
beautiful.
huge.
Yeah.
Antoine Wood.
There was a few massive plays in that game, but I'm just so proud of these fans. It does mean everything to them, and they've been waiting for it, and it's just so cool to see it happen and actually get the number to go with it and break that record. So
Facts.
KC, we're coming for you next year.
Oh yeah, well no, yeah, next year for sure. And you know what's crazy? And I was thinking about this. If the Packers would have just won and the game was this week in Detroit, they probably Detroit probably because obviously the first week there was that implications of first playoff game ever at Ford Field in 30 years at home, so it was going to be loud. And then this week it was to go to the NFC Championship game, to go to the Super Bowl. If there was an NFC Championship game, they would have been number one. It would have been 140 plus.
Yes.
So that would have been it. I think, dude, I believe it.
It just seems so loud. And 134, what is the jump from 134 to 140? That's
you were gonna find
lot.
out if they played at home.
No,
Yeah.
real.
Honestly, dude.
I think it has to do with the way their stadium's shaped. I think we've touched on that maybe earlier in the year, but the way Arrowhead is something, there's no
For
way it gets to
outdoors.
that 140 level. That's I don't
Maybe
know.
you should just scream a little louder, Nick.
There's no
Brother,
there's
why
no
don't you
one.
scream in the press box?
No,
I can't do that.
Exactly. Maybe if the press box was
What are we
was
doing
shaking.
here?
Yeah, how about this, though? And with more national media in the stadium, there were less seats occupied by Lions fans-ish. But check this out. Chuck Brewer, the top two were in an era when the NFL told teams they had to stop piping in sound, so there's no doubt on those top two being legit. Oh, okay. So it was the reverse what I think he was getting to. So they had to limit the sound in
really?
Arrowhead and what was number two? Lumen Field?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out in Seattle.
Ballsy. But, hey, we didn't have to mute the
Those
sound.
outdoors,
No.
it's probably easier on the outdoor fields to be able to build a stadium to be a little bit louder, in my opinion. I don't know. I'm not a
It's all
technician.
about the architecture.
An engineer,
Yeah, I don't
an
know how to
architect.
do it. I just know that whoever designed the Miami Dolphins stadium, genius.
Oh yeah. And also here, I want to bring this up as well. I don't know if I put a graphic in there. I cannot remember. I don't think I did. But there was a little breaking news here with Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn today. I don't know if you guys saw this. They both are getting second interviews. Both with the Commanders and the Falcons.
Oh,
so they're
battle,
both
eh?
getting second interviews. And if it helps you guys out a little bit, there's no interviews going on this week.
Trouble in paradise.
The interviews, NFL teams cannot do interviews until after this Sunday. They can't start them back up again.
I also heard that Frank Haley is maybe getting some views too.
Really?
Yeah. Not sure where, but I heard
As a head
that
coach? Or
earlier.
like a offensive-
Not a head coach.
OC?
But yeah, it's somewhere. I don't know what position,
Wow.
but he's getting looks
That's a
from other
big one.
teams too.
Braylon played with him.
Well deserved from him too, by the way. He's been so good.
He's one of those underrated coaches. I don't know him well enough to know if is he a head coach type of leader or is he just super legit at offensive line? You got to know offense, so who knows?
I mean, he'd probably get an OC and then work his way to head coach.
Yeah, he's not getting head coach right now.
All right, gut instinct. Hypothetically, Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson get those two
Oh.
jobs. Which one? Falcons and Commanders? Who goes where?
AG goes to.
Or what's the better fit in
AG
your mind?
goes to Falcons, I think.
Ben Johnson is a lock for the Commanders to me.
That's what
I feel like they
I was
really
the other
want
way
him.
around on it.
That was
think
my
we-
initial thought too.
I think we had this conversation a couple weeks ago that the Commanders was a spot for Ben Johnson. So that's why I'm like Ben. I think KG. We mentioned that about 2 or 3 weeks ago. KG
Yeah.
brought it up. So I'm with that as well.
I mean, I think Ben Johnson getting that number 2 overall pick and him having his quarterback to build around and build an offense with would be why he would go there. But the offensive
You got
players
weapons in Atlanta.
already in place in Atlanta is why I think Ben Johnson would also be a fit there as well.
they got everything but the quarterback.
Yeah.
Maybe Hank Fraley gets a OC position with one of those two guys.
If I
And
were one of
that's-
those guys, I would take him. I would
Maybe
try.
that's been the conversation.
Yeah.
Was hey, we know they know a lot more than we do. They're in the building every day. We're not.
What do you think Sam Howell could command in a trade? Do you think you can get a first-round pick for him?
No,
Not a first round. Hell no.
Maybe
He's got some
maybe a
legit
third.
potential.
Not a
They have
first-round
no
pick.
offensive line.
There's no
Maybe
way.
a
No,
third.
not a,
Okay.
maybe a third, like Nick said.
Okay.
It is a tough position if he goes to the Commanders though, like that.
Imagine if he goes to Seattle. Imagine if Sam Howell goes to Seattle.
I don't think Gino's
The
gone.
Commanders ain't that far off though. They got talent.
They just have no offensive line.
Yeah, got to get a quarterback too. But believe me, Magic Johnson and that ownership group, they want to hit the ground running. So I can easily see them wanting to go after Ben Johnson.
Oh,
like
100%.
Yeah.
Even AG, like they just want a culture guy in there and they want to change that thing around quick.
Fortunately, they're both going to be coaching the Lions this weekend.
Yes, and let's we're going to go to break. When we come back, Broder, we're going to talk Lions 49ers.
Hey,
we're getting into it. Got some questions for you guys. We're going to break a few things down with that game. Nick, tell us about Big Boy before that.
Big boy.
Whoa. That's a big pause, man.
Winter time in Detroit is always better with comfort foods from Big Boy. Try the veal parmesan or the new Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl. How about breakfast? The sweet potato pancakes are back. The classic lumberjack or Santa Fe Garden. New apple pie hotcakes that are too good to miss. Top it all off with the new gingerbread shake for dessert. Stop by your local Big Boy today.
Have you ever wondered where all the finest restaurants get their steaks? It's Fairway Packing Company, providing Michigan restaurants, hotels, and casinos with prime beef for over 60 years. But now you can buy these cuts of meat for yourself at the Steak Shop by Fairway Packing Company. Prime porterhouse, A5 Japanese New York strip steak, dry aged Wagyu beef tomahawk. Delicious. Get to the Steak Shop today. Enjoy fine wine, have a private party, and get the finest cuts of meat anywhere. The Steak Shop on Mack Avenue in Grosse Pointe Woods, or order online, fairwaypacking.com.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
R.I.P. to the same old Lions. Big thanks to Sheila Hamp, Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes, for putting them to rest. And guess what else found the grave? The same old rock, paper, scissors.
Jack Labrador!
They have revolutionized that tire game with 2 new symbols and a franchise-changing 3-point play. Discover the action at jacklabrador.gg now and find out why once you go Jack, you never go back.
Never go back,
Never.
baby. All right, welcome back to Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder on the Woodward Sports Network. Appreciate you guys locking in with us here. What is it, Tuesday night?
Oh, yeah.
Tuesday night, the week. It's one of
sprung.
those things. Have you guys ever played sports in high school, like when you're in the middle of a season and it's like you're in a season, it's just weeks just are the same and it's just over and over and over. That's what it's felt like for this Lions season, for me at least, covering it. It's like every week, it's like, all right, you turn around Monday, new game week. And we're in a new game week. Make sure if you guys haven't yet, hit that like button.
You're so right.
Hit the like button.
It's been bananas, BANANAS in Detroit these last couple weeks.
Okay,
and I just expect more.
Yeah, and I can't wait too, because if you win Sunday, the Detroit Lions, and Dan Campbell he said it a few times, guys. He's mentioned that once if you win Sunday, did I say Friday? If you win Sunday, you get a bye week basically. And guys like Jonah Jackson can get healthy. Everyone who has nicks and all these bumps and all of that, it gives them a chance to get ready kind of for the Super Bowl. So you just have to win this game. Like you have to give everything you have. It's like going forward, like all of the injuries, none of that matters. Just give everything you have for the next game, and then we'll just get to the next one, and then you give everything you have for the Super Bowl. Let's talk about this matchup, though. I think, at least in my opinion, when you're in a matchup like this, the biggest storyline of the game, there's big-time players like Debo and Nick Bosa and George Kittle, and on the other side of the field, you have Fred Warner. You have all these pieces. On the Lions, you have all these pieces. I think when it comes to the championship games and Super Bowls, the storylines and the main pieces of them are the quarterbacks. It always comes down to that. You see in the NFC, you have Jared Goff versus Brock Purdy. In the AFC, you have Lamar and Mahomes. Broder, I'll start with you here.
Thank you.
Jared Goff, Brock Purdy. And I know the heavyweights did this, and they had this conversation, but I wanted to have a similar one. And I know where we're at kind of with Jared Goff, but I'm just looking, and I looked before the show at the stats of Brock and Jared.
Similar.
Basically identical.
Yeah.
They've had a very, very similar year. Same record. Everything about their seasons are the same. The only difference is everyone gives the 49ers credit, and no one gives the Detroit Lions credit.
Yeah.
So when you're looking at this battle, I think in battles like this is cliche, and this might Booner your biased opinion. I'm going to take the underdog. I'm going to take the Jared Goff in this. You have the exact same guy, and I think Jared Goff has the experience, and he's a better football player right now.
Are you calling Jared Goff the underdog quarterback, or the fact that he's the quarterback of the underdog team?
On the underdog team.
Okay, cool.
On the underdog team. Because I think Jared Goff's a better quarterback. Like, if you're like Booner, who would you rather have on your team right now? I'm taking Jared Goff 10 times out of 10 times over Brock Purdy.
Yeah. And it's funny, that narrative, and this isn't anyone in particular, it has shifted in the last couple of weeks, because Purdy,
sure.
even with his struggles in the middle of the season, he was still up there near the top of the MVP odds, and it was just consistently talked about as one of those top guys in the NFC, which he's up there. I don't think he's number one, but you're right. Jared Goff, they have very similar stats, very similar situations. I think it's going to come down to, or what I hope I should say it comes down to, his experience. Jared Goff does have playoff experience. He has experience winning an NFC championship game and getting to the Super Bowl. So however that he can impart that knowledge on his team, he and CD Deuce, and Zalone, the guys who have played in a Super Bowl, I think is clutch. But you're right. We could talk about every matchup on this field. I do believe, Booner, it's going to come down to the quarterbacks.
Yeah, and I did have a graphic I wanted to pull up. And in KG, there's this one, and I see there's a guy in the chat here. I'm guessing is a 49ers.
187.
Yeah.
I see him.
It feels like every week we get these, opposing fans, which is great.
It's fine.
We're
Yeah,
in
I
the
like
NFC
it.
Championship
Shout out,
now. We're
trolls.
probably going to get more and more and more and more. We welcome you in, as always. 187. Couple comments. I'll read them off here for you. Goff 3-6 against us. Goff gonna Goff. We own Goff.
If you come with the same,
know
if you start
Goff.
spamming the same stuff,
Let me
that'll be
tell
a
you
quick
this.
exit.
No, he could 187. I want you to stay because I want to tell you. I just want to
I
spit
want
some
him to stay
facts to
too.
you. Do you take Brock Purdy as your quarterback? Because if you take Brock Purdy as your quarterback, he has the exact same stats as Jared Goff, same record, same everything. But guess what? He has the underdog team, and he's taken that team to an NFC Championship versus your guys' team, who has all of those All-Pro players, all of those Pro Bowl players, all of those people that everyone talks about. Brock Purdy has all of that. Guess what Jared Goff doesn't have? All of that. He's got the Kyle Shanahan offensive prodigy, all of this. So 187, this is different. And I'm going to give him a little bit of thing. I'm going to give you some ammo here, just so you can't use this against us. KG, can you throw the Jared Goff, what he is versus the 49ers, that stat up?
Yeah.
I'm going to give him a little ammo.
At the end of
I
it,
would rather us be like, hey, look at this, than have 187 or 49ers fans on Twitter being like, oh, look at this versus Goff. Like, no, we know. Different team, different player, different organization. And there it is.
Looks like he can't keep Goff's name out of his effing mouth.
Oh, 187? Yeah,
Oh,
sometimes you just
This is the
jerking
stat
Goff.
that they were talking about on the heavies. It was somebody in the chat. I don't know if it was 187, but somebody had brought up that Goff was like 0-4 against the Niners, and we saw that he was 3-6. But I see last 5 games.
So this is the last 5 games. I want to put this in that context, though, guys. Do you guys remember the last couple years of Jared Goff's career in LA? Brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal. So the last 2 seasons, that's those 4 games. And the first time he ever played the 49ers in Detroit was the first season when you started 0-10-1. So that 05, like this record that Jared Goff has versus these aren't on good football teams that he's played against them. Now he has a good football team. Hey, 187. When Jared Goff has a good football team, guess what? He's 3-1 versus the 49ers on a good football team.
Oh, that was just the last 5 games?
5 games.
Oh!
And you know they play
that's why I
twice
just wanted
a
to
year.
put it into perspective because, hey, I'll give you that. If you want to say, hey, good job, Jared Goff. Hey, we're 0-5. We're 5-0 versus Jared Goff the last 5. Awesome. He wasn't on a great – the football teams weren't great. At the end of his career in L.A., were they great teams?
They were
Not the best.
not the best.
Missed
They
the
were-
playoffs,
Yeah.
right? And then his first year in Detroit, they were 0-10-1.
Yeah.
Before that, guess what? He was 3-1 before that 0-5 stretch.
Yeah, so tell these people something they don't know about me. Just gave them all the ammo. Come on, does anybody watch movies in here?
I do, but you
Hey,
lost me on
Ma,
that
let's
one.
go. Yes.
Thank you, Nick.
You're welcome.
God, it must be in the stash.
I'm sorry we're uncultured, you know.
Yeah. But you're right, Booner.
You see what I'm saying?
It's a new Goff. It's a new team.
When he's on a good team, like
It's a new
he
culture.
produces.
This Lions team, we can all admit it. This Lions team is brand new, and while that's a catchy catchphrase, it is 100% the truth. This entire Lions organization is new, and with guys like Goff, guys like Dan Campbell leading, Amon-Ra, Penei Sewell, old Lions teams would go to San Francisco and get bullied. Like they might. they would lose and it would be ugly. I don't know what the score would be, but they would just get out physical. They would go in knowing that they're the inferior team and letting the 49ers just be the bullies. This team is not going to do that. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. As a fan, I believe they're going to win. I haven't decided yet about this game, or I'm not giving my prediction yet, I should say. But they're not going to get bullied. They're going to go give the 49ers everything they have. Ben Johnson's going to empty that bag. Aaron Glenn's going to empty that bag. Dan Campbell, he's out coached so far 2 playoff games. Dan Campbell's been the best coach in both games. Yeah, 2 veteran coaches.
Do you guys remember when I before the Dallas game, I went over the games that Jared Goff and this team, they went out and won some big time road games. They went in Kansas City and they beat them at Kansas City and Arrowhead. Last year, you're 8-8 and you have a chance to you're not going to the playoffs, you know that, and you're in Lambeau Field versus Aaron Rodgers.
Facts.
And you're sitting there and you're like, what do we do? No, we're going to go out there and compete, and they beat them in prime time. This is a similar situation to where the Lions, since Dan Campbell, and they've turned this around, every time they get one of these road games, they're in prime time and it's time to hey, we can shock the world. They seem to step up and be on that stage and kind of come to that. So that's where I'm like this week. I think Jared Goff, I put it in my notes here, I think Jared Goff has a better game than Brock Purdy. I think at the end of the day, I know it's like they have the better defense, all that. I just think with Ben Johnson, the way they're going to be ready to go, Jared Goff's going to have a better game at the end of the day than Brock Purdy.
Does a better game, to me, a better game means
winning,
less interceptions, less turnovers.
Dude, I mean, just look at the last couple of games, Brock Purdy.
Yeah, that's the only
you say that, but the last 3 games from Brock Purdy. You guys ready for this?
Yeah.
Last 4, 23 for 39 versus the Green Bay Packers.
Yep.
250 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions.
59% completion percentage.
59. Before that, 78% completion percentage, but 230 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Not a crazy game. Before that, Baltimore, 56% completion percentage, 255 yards, 0 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. So Brock's had a little 3-game stretch here. He's not looking great. He's not like sitting out there going, that is real MVP quarterback.
But Booner.
That's the better quarterback. No. Jared Goff can go out there and put up 300 plus, 3 touchdowns, even 2 if he does 2 touchdowns, and you can hold Brock Purdy to. You've been giving up a lot of yards. I get it. 300 yards, a touchdown, an interception.
So that's where I was going with it.
Game.
You named off Purdy's last 3 games, but what has Baker, Stafford, and Nick Mullins
You can
done?
put the yards up. I don't care. We've been proven. We've gone on a 4-game win streak right now. 5 of the last 6, and we've given up 350 yards every single time. Still win the football game.
I'm not saying that the Lions are gonna lose, or I'm just what it constitutes a better game. I think Purdy's going to have more yards. He might even have more touchdowns. He'll probably throw more passes.
Yeah.
But so to me in this game, it's who doesn't turn the ball over
Takes
or
care
turns
of the
it
ball.
like if
Smart
Jared
football.
Goff is 250 and 2 touchdowns and that offense is chugging along, I'm cool with that. If it's 330 and 3 touchdowns and 1 interception, but Purdy has 3 interceptions, I'm cool with that. But Goff, he really can't turn the ball over at all. He's been playing perfect. I think he needs to keep going.
And just real quick, I think the completion percentage number does matter. In the last 2 playoff games for Goff, 75% completion percentage. That's no small feat.
And remember the fourth quarter, too.
Yes,
Leads
absolutely.
the NFL, or the last, since week 10. Number 1 completion percentage in the fourth quarter for all quarterbacks.
Those are
Passing
facts.
yards, and I think touchdowns as well, everything.
Yeah.
Nick, did you have something on this? I knew you were...
One of the big things to me, it just kind of comes down to being an underdog on the road. We've seen Campbell outcoach the Tampa Bay coach and the Rams coach, Sean McVay. But in this game, it's going to come very imperative to make that key, maybe trick play, maybe it's a fake punt, maybe it's something where we are on the road as underdogs, where we did it in KC, we've done it in Dallas. We are probably going to see that again here. He just needs to pick it at the right spot and don't be reckless with it. Have to execute that play. And we should have won in Dallas, and we did win in KC, so it has come up big in 2 spots. With the fake punts both times, we completed both of them. So I think something like that is going to have to happen in this game where we get the momentum on a swing
Game
like
plan. Game plan. They'll have it ready.
GP.
I'm very, very confident that they're going to have something ready to go. Very confident. All right, we need to hit break. When we do come back, what we're going to do, we have top 5 most important players for the Detroit Lions to go win a Super Bowl and finish this run off. Top 5. Broder, you brought your top 5?
Oh, yeah.
All right, want to make sure.
Oh, yes, dude.
All right,
I'm
tell us
ready.
about Mark White, though,
I'll tell you
before
about
that.
Mark White. Booner, are you dreaming of buying a new home?
I am.
You don't have to answer this next one, but are you feeling the financial pinch?
I am. You're right.
Yeah. Mark White and Associates, your trusted real estate experts, are here to help. Mark White and his team will pay up to $5,000 of your closing costs. Remember, that's about $52 less than what Kirby Joseph was fined for pulling that wide receiver on the Rams off of Brian Branch's neck. So that's right, $5,000 of your closing costs. So call Mark White and Associates today, 248-290-8242, or visit them at markwhitesells.com.
Feel alive during Feldman Chevrolet's biggest New Year's sales event ever. Get the best prices on our huge selection of award-winning Chevrolets. Like this 2024 Equinox for $188 per month. Or this 2024 Silverado for $268 per month. It's the New Year's sales event going on now at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show.
Let's go!
Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Are you tired of wearing the same old Detroit sports merch? It's a new era in sports wearables, new designs, amazing apparel, and the ultimate swag. Check out Woodward Sports gear at woodwardsports.com and click shop. Hoodies, tees, and hats that are guaranteed to turn heads. Get the latest designs today at woodwardsports.com and click shop.
All right, welcome back to Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder on the Woodward Sports Network. Appreciate you guys tuning in.
Twins.
Tuesday night. Yeah, we are. Look at this. The mullet, man.
Someone asked yesterday, are you going to do blue tips on the top?
Dude, I had such a bad experience with that last hairspray. I want to do it again for Sunday. Like I said, if you guys tuned in on Friday, it took 6 days to get that out of my hair.
You got the Lady Jane's girls do it.
Yeah, well,
get you some highlights, some blue highlights.
I don't know if I want to do full highlights. I don't know if I do. Because I don't know. Like the thing
Brown
is,
sold down did it.
Yeah, but the thing is, the Super Bowl's in 3 weeks, right? It's going to be in there for longer than that. And it's like the only way to get it out is to shave it, and I kind of want to keep the mullet.
That's a good point.
So it's like, do you guys want the mullet or do you guys want the blue hair?
Blue hair.
Because the blue hair is going to be gone
hair.
within 3 weeks. The mullet could be here for a little longer.
All you gotta do is shave the top.
I don't know if I want to do that though.
Just the top of it, a little bit.
I'll think about it.
Tricky top
but
five,
that
baby.
spray killed
Are you
me,
a real
man.
Lions fan or no?
Oh, KG.
Come on,
I like that.
The Booner Path. Come on.
You right.
What color is the Booner Path?
Blue.
Blue, baby.
to be
Honolulu
exact.
blue. All right. Hey, welcome back. Hit the like button if you guys haven't already. Don't know where are we at, KG?
We are at 67.
Let's get over 100 before the end of this. We're getting into our top 5, though. Top 5 most important players on the Detroit Lions to go win the Super Bowl. Broder, I'm going to start with you. Let's do this.
Yes.
Let's each go 5, 5, 4, 4, and let's work our way down here.
Okay.
So who's your number 5?
My number 5 is Aleem McNeil. McNeil. What do they need to do in this game? There are 2 things they need to do, actually, but they both involve the same spot in the field. Yeah, shut down the run game.
Yeah.
And you got to put pressure on Brock Purdy up the middle. Purdy has some escapability, so he can wiggle a little bit. Probably similar to Baker. Like, he can make some stuff happen, but I still say any quarterback, if you can get pressure up the middle on him, it just makes life tough. So I think Aleem McNeil, the better he plays, the more space there is for Hutch, the more, like, when Aleem plays good, this defense is so difficult to go up against. So that's where I'm going.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey.
I'm gonna go my 5 here.
I know.
I hope you guys like this one. Give me Penei Sewell.
Penei.
Give me the best offensive lineman
5.
in the NFL.
Elite.
That's who I want in my top 5. He's going to start my top 5 at number 5. Penei is just going to be Penei. He is Penei Sewell. He's going to make sure you have elite run game when you're running behind him. He's going to make sure Nick Bosa isn't going to get to Jared Goff. He's not going to let it happen. You can trust him all you want all game. He is, to me, the heart of that offense to keep this thing going. And I think a lot of it starts with him. So I did put him at number 5.
Good.
And I know a lot of people probably could say, oh, he's up a little bit more. He's my highest lineman on the team. But and I'm not looking at best player. I'm just looking, like, when I broke it down, who's the most important? Like, who needs it? Like, if this player doesn't have a big game, or if this player does have a big game, you can go win the Super Bowl. Yeah. And that's how I looked at this. I think Panay is always going to Panay. I put him at 5, but I think he's going to be him no matter what.
By the way, do we take quarterback out of this? Or should we just keep it as is?
No.
Okay.
Because I already have my top 5. I'm not changing it up.
Fair. Number 4.
Number 4. Who do you have?
I have... just kidding. I have CD Deuce. CD Deuce. So this involves a lot of things. This involves a possible matchup with Debo. This involves the trash talking with Debo. Like, CD Deuce has this... not getting bullied, what we were talking about before, comes from Dan Campbell, but that's also CD Deuce.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to talk, but I think his play in that secondary is going to be huge, both coming up and defending Christian McCaffrey coming out of the backfield, things they do with Debo and Brandon Ayuk, maybe George Kittle. That's a big matchup. So I just think he's going to be a very important player. And you really could go with any of the 3 or 4 safeties. But I'm going with CD Deuce for that little bit extra edge that he brings to the team.
Right away, I'm just going to go another safety.
Good.
I don't have CD Deuce on my list. I have Brian Branch.
Oh, I love that one.
I think the rookie, he's been all over national media. A lot of these guys have been talking about him in national media to where he's a dude that, like, CD Deuce changes the game. He's the vocal leader of that team, that defense. He's going to go out there and ball hawk. He's going to do all that. Brian Branch and then nickel, dude, he is everywhere on the field. He led the league or the team in tackles last week. He is literally everywhere. If he plays like he did last week, every single week going forward, you're going to win every game, and you're going to go win a Super Bowl. He is like a game changer. Like, when he's playing at his best and he's playing elite football, he changes your whole defense. A lot of people are comparing him this week to Kyle Hamilton. And if he goes and plays like Kyle Hamilton, that's playing for the Ravens right now, you're going to be a problem. That defense will be a problem.
And Hamilton was a beast when they beat the 49ers. He was huge. That's a great call.
Number 3.
I'm done with defensive players, even though I think defense is going to be
I have another defensive player.
My number 3 is your quarterback, Mr. Jared Goff.
Wow.
Yeah, and you'll see why he's number 3 and not 1 or 2. Because he could easily be number 1, as we just talked about the quarterbacks being most important. But I think this is the NFC Championship game. Wow. Jared Goff's been playing well, and he's got to keep doing what he's been doing. I don't even need to go into much more detail. Jared Goff, baby, number 3.
I'm gonna go 3. I'm gonna go back to offense here.
Back to offense.
I'm gonna go to the offense, and I actually saw this guy on not just the Detroit Lions' most impactful players in the playoffs left, but Stephen A. Smith did top 5 non-quarterback players in the NFL left in the playoffs, and who you're going to see this Sunday. And this guy was his number. He was in his top 5. I don't know which number it was. He's at my number 3 though. Give me Jahmyr Gibbs.
Ooh,
Jahmyr Gibbs is a game wrecker. What you saw him do versus the Bucs, if he does that this Sunday, you are not losing the football game. It's the same thing on Brian Branch on the defense, but on offense, if Jahmyr Gibbs goes out there, gets 100-plus yards, all-purpose, and goes and scores a touchdown and does what he did the other day, the 49, like, if you're talking about, let CMC go off, you have someone to go back at him with on the other side of the ball when you're playing. Like, when you put your team on the field, you have your own CMC to go out there.
I like it.
And that's where I think, like, that a guy like that, everyone this week is talking about CMC. Lions have a guy just like that. His name's Jahmyr Gibbs, baby.
The electrician, baby.
The electrician.
You like that, Chef?
And I think you go out there and he goes out there, and if he has a big game, this week and in the Super Bowl, you're going to win.
Huge. I love it. You just went back-to-back Alabama players. I dig
Shout
it.
out. Shout out, Bama.
Do you think that pipeline dries up with Nick Saban gone, or
probably?
At least temporarily?
Not as great as it was before.
It was seeming like Brad Holmes was becoming the Eagles going to Georgia. Brad Holmes was going to Alabama, and I liked that.
I loved it.
Number 2.
Number 2.
I'm going to go with Penei Sewell.
Mm-hmm.
Penei Sewell. He's the leader. He's the identity. He's your best offensive lineman. Nick Bosa is their best defensive player. Maybe not best defensive player, but one of them, best defensive pass rusher. Penei Sewell has got to have a big game in the run and in the pass. I think he's going to. I'm just wondering, do you think Nick Bosa even knows what a phone booth looks like or feels like?
He's going to find out.
He's going to find out. Penei Sewell about to have a big one.
His brother does. Joey Bosa.
Oh yeah, he's
True.
Remember
Maybe he told him what it was
called him,
like.
He was like,
He's probably
good
gonna
point.
ask him.
what did he say, Joey, or what did Panay say after he went up against Joey Bosa? He was like playing with kids out here or something like that. Like he was like
23-year-old.
he was like walking in the locker room. He was like, man, he like playing with kids out here. And talking about Joey Bosa, just
Amateur
dominating.
I wish I had that
crazy.
mindset at 23.
And it was cool. Yeah, Khalil Mack was going like he was
Return of the Mac.
he was dominating.
Yes. Who you got at number 2?
Number 2, I went defense here again. My 1 and 2 are two top offensive defensive guy.
97.
I'm going number 97, Aiden Hutchinson.
Let's go.
At the end of the day, what it comes down to, and what this whole game on the defensive side comes down to, it's one thing and one thing only. Can you disrupt Brock Purdy and put him in positions to go out there and force turnovers and dominate him? You take Brock Purdy out of this football game, you win this game easily. Just like the Packers should have last week, you do the same thing. All of it starts with Aiden Hutchinson on Sunday on that defensive line. Everything, the whole defense, it starts with Aiden Hutchinson. How is he going to get to Brock Purdy? Is he going to get the job done? He has 8 sacks in the last 4 games. He's averaging 2 sacks a game in this little 4-game stretch. He is one of the best in the league right now at what he does. Everyone knows it. They're going to be eyeing in on him. What is it, him versus Trent Williams?
Mm-hmm. Trent or
at some point he'll be moving around a little bit. Actually,
right
no, they
tackle.
might just keep him on the left side then.
the right tackle. I saw someone. I'll give credit in a second.
They might just keep him. They might not move Hutch. They might say, "We're keeping you away from Trent. Go get to Brock."
Colton McKivitz is their right tackle.
Colton,
He's given up
you're
11
about to have
sacks on the season.
About to have a
apparently.
very long day, Colton.
11.
About to have a very long Sunday afternoon. I believe that, though. I think if Hutch gets the quarterback, if he gets to Brock Purdy, even just gets 1 sack, but he gets his normal 4 or 5 quarterback hits, 8 pressures, it's a nightmare day for Brock Purdy.
Absolutely.
And that's where I think I have a prediction later about Brock Purdy. I almost just gave it away. Not doing it. Who's your number 1 player?
In G-Man Street, you are right. I don't know how to explain how you're not right, but I still like our list for.
I'm with it. Saint is like my favorite player on the whole team.
Yeah, and he is important. Like he's easily one of the most important. I just think this how you phrase it specifically to get to the Super Bowl. I think you can maneuver this offense with 1 down game out of Saint because you have Laporta and Gibbs and Reynolds.
Don't
and
do this
J-Mo.
to us, G. Don't do that to us.
But
there's so many players on this. There's so many dudes, man.
There are. But
It's
my
hard.
number
It's
1
hard.
and obviously Amon-Ra is definitely more popular than this player. He's probably going to make more money in his next contract, but you can't tell me that this guy isn't top 5. Frank Ragnow.
Yes.
Especially
yes,
without
yes.
Jonah Jackson, his job just got that much more important.
Yeah,
this
that's a
is
good
the
one.
nastiest defensive line they played all year. And what do we say? What have I said as a key to the games the last 2 weeks? Probably every single week. Pressure up the middle is the worst for Jared Goff. When he has a clean pocket, we
Yeah.
now know how good he can be. He's
That's
pinpoint.
a really good one.
Mind
Yeah,
you,
so that's
he's
why I
on
just
one
think it's
leg.
so important. What'd you say?
No, mind you, he's on 1 leg. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
9
So
toes.
even more like if he has a bad game,
I like the Frank
they're
one.
very screwed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and maybe it's a bad game because he's hurt. He's such a warrior. I think he's going to show up. It's whether he can withstand that pressure with Yodi next to him. I hope Yodi brings his best game ever.
Same. NFC Championship game, man. This
Yeah.
is your career on the line right now. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
You
can earn a lot of money.
One game, if you go put out something there, man, they could keep you in the NFL for a little bit.
Everybody's watching.
He could be our left guard of the future.
He could.
You know, you never think about that because Jonah's probably not. He probably played his last game. He might have priced himself out of Detroit from that guard spot. So if Yodi steps up and has a big game to get to the bowl, that goes a long way for a contract extension.
Get the ball.
I'm gonna hit my number 1 real quick. You
Hit
ready?
it, Boone.
Are we allowed to say that? Do we know?
We can say Super Bowl as long as it's not
In an ad.
In an ad, like
Awesome.
anything
All right.
where it's
Come on.
money making.
Booner.
I found that out yesterday, dude.
Number 1 though,
dude.
Jared Goff. I'm gonna go Jared Goff. I'm gonna go the quarterback. I think everything, like I said at the start of the show, I think everything comes down to this quarterback matchup in this game. It's who takes care of the ball, who plays the best football game. Say Frank has a tough game and is struggling with the knee or the ankle. Say Panay gives up something to Nick Bosa. Anything like that, that secondary's buzzing a little bit. Guess who it all comes down to in making plays? It comes down to Jared Goff.
Yeah.
Can he make reads? If there's pressure, can he make plays out of that? Everything is, can he take care of the ball? Can he get the ball to, you guys wanted me to put Amon-Ra St. Brown in it? Can Jared Goff get the ball to Amon-Ra St.
There you
Brown?
go.
Amon-Ra St. Brown's going to make plays. I know who Amon-Ra St. Brown is. He's the top 3 wide receiver in the NFL. But can his quarterback get him there and get the ball there? And if he can do that, That's when you win a Super Bowl. Is if you can get the ball in your best player's hands without interceptions. That's why it's the most important. We're not doing a top 5 best players on the team for the Super Bowl run list. That's not what we're doing. We're doing top 5 most important. Amon-Ra St. Brown's going to Amon-Ra St. Brown. But Jared Goff, you need him to be a great Jared Goff to win a Super Bowl. That's why I have him number 1.
Yeah, and it's just how you interpret the question. I agree with 150% of what you just said. And so the way I thought about it is for him to have that game, Frank Ragnow and Penei Sewell need to have their best game. So that's just how I interpreted the question.
Love it.
But I love your list.
Can y'all recap y'all list real quick?
Oh, I can recap. You want me to go first, Boone?
Yeah.
At number 5, I got defensive tackle Aleem Mick Neal. At number 4, CD Deuce, safety CD Deuce. Jared Goff, quarterback number 3. I got Penei Sewell at number 2, and Frank Ragnow number 1.
Okay. I've got Penei Sewell at number 5.
Penei.
Brian Branch at number 4.
Butterfinger Bees.
Jameer Gibbs at 3. Aiden Hutchinson at 2. And Jared Goff at 1.
Okay. Quarterback. What do you think? Who wins?
I'm liking Booner's list. Do you mind if I give my list real quick?
Yeah,
Fine?
hit it.
All right.
I would love it.
At 5, I got Hutch. For all the reasons that y'all stated before. At 4, y'all brought up a good point with Amon-Ra. So I had Amon-Ra in that spot, but I'm going to switch it to Jameer Gibbs. At 3, Penei Sewell. At 2, Ragnow, and at 1, of course, the most important position on the field, the quarterback.
Quarterback, baby.
Yeah, but that would be my personal top 5 list. But y'all, I'm liking Booner's list more. Broder, you had some names that I ain't think you was gonna go with.
Thank
no
you.
offense to Aleem, but
that's fair.
First one I thought too.
But he didn't even have Ragnow on his list. If we're gonna
that's true.
We're gonna get into this.
No, real shit. You gotta have Ragnow on your list.
I thought I broke it down really well. I thought I broke mine down really well.
If we're gonna advance to the Super Bowl, there's one guy on the other team that we need to stop. And that's their best player, Christian McCaffrey. How are we going to do that? Alex Anzalone. I think he's a big guy that you guys have left off your list that needs to be a stud in this game if we want to go to the next game. Because Christian McCaffrey can completely take over this game himself if we don't stop him. And I think our middle linebacker, captain in the middle, is going to be a big reason why we either do or do not win this game.
Love that, Nick. Yeah. All right, let's hit break. When we come back, we're going to get into some of the George Kittle. We have a quote graphic here of him talking about Dan Campbell turning around this football team. And we're going to get into this Dan Campbell culture thing as well, fellas. The hiccups, they kill me, man.
Every night.
That's crazy. All right, let me tell you guys about a great defense. We talk Anzalone there, Nick.
Great defense.
Great defense. That is Guardian Alarm. They have customized solutions from real experts. Our professional technicians, they take the time to recommend security and automation solutions that are specific to your needs. 24/7 professional monitoring. Give them a call anytime, day or night. And know that a Guardian Alarm team member, they will stay on the phone as long as needed. That is technology backed by people where your safety and security deserve technology that has been proven to work and people have been proven to care. Make sure for a great defense, fellas, call this number above me. That is 1-800.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel. Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Fairway Packing for over 20 years, times 3. For over 60 years, Fairway Packing Company has provided Michigan's finest restaurants, hotels, and casinos with prime beef, dry-aged beef, and Wagyu beef. You can experience the Fairway difference for yourself today. Just check out their steak shop in Grosse Pointe Woods for grab-and-go steaks or order online at fairwaypacking.com.
All right, welcome back to Woodward Nights.
We're up here. Check it out.
Can we hear it?
You guys are unbelievable, man.
Love this.
I'm telling you, we talked about it all year. This started a long time ago. You're built for this. You're built for this, man. And look what you guys did. You went out there, and it's another high team that we knocked off. It's the next high team that you knock off. Do you know how hard it is to win in this league in the playoffs? Do you understand what you're doing right now? What we're capable of? That's 2. All right? That's 2. We got 2 to go. With a bye in the middle. I am unbelievably proud of everybody in here, man. Coaches, players. That's the way to mount up, man. That's a fucking difficult team to beat, man. All right, I got 1 game ball. Man, in the game, need to fucking play. Derek Barnes.
Hey, man, love y'all boys, man. From the support in the linebacker room, the coaches, staff, organization, offense, man. 3 years, man. It took me 3 years to get the first interception. But it means more because the people who believed in me. A lot of people who didn't. The room. This ball, I got to give it to the linebacker room because I said we was going to bring one back, and God, we did. And you got to believe how far we can go, man. Believe it now. Believe it now. This is a good win. Enjoy it, man. This comes once in a lifetime. Like Alex used to tell me, man, a lot of people don't make it this far, but we did, man. I love everybody in this room, man. Everybody in here deserves it. That's why we here, like Coach said.
Love you, Derek.
Hey, man, time to prepare for San Fran.
Man.
Ooh, boy.
How do you not get fired up after that?
Oh, my gosh, man. Shout out Dan Campbell. Shout out Derek Barnes. Hey, if you guys haven't, welcome back to Woodward Nights, Booner and Broder. My name is Booner, Matt Broder. KG in the TD booth. We got Nick in the sound booth. Full squad. Hey, Dan Campbell, I mean, if you guys don't watch those after every game, I think he might be the most motivating coach. Well, he is, actually. I'm not going to say think. I know for a fact Dan Campbell is the most motivating coach in the NFL right now. And other head coaches will sit there and tell you that as well, that there's something about the way that Dan Campbell goes about his day and what he does. And guys, I'm going to say this too. I think it's a disgrace that Dan Campbell isn't being considered to win head coach of the year.
Seriously.
It's a disgrace.
Because he got hold in Dallas.
It is an absolute disgrace. He should, the voting ends before the regular season. If they would have seen what he's done in the playoffs and what he's done with this football team right now, that man deserves that award over everyone. It is going to be embarrassing when someone else has to go accept that award on the NFL Honors Night because it's just embarrassing. Dan Campbell deserves that award. Right now, he's one of the best coaches in the NFL, one of the best motivator in the NFL. And Broder, I'm going to come to you after this because you've been in the locker room. You've stood a couple feet away from him, even though he's watched my videos a couple times, him and Brad Holmes as well. You're in the room with him, and you get to kind of feel that energy. And to me, it's like you don't in any sport, or maybe of all time in the NFL, this guy's done something different than anyone else ever has. And he just keeps doing it, dude. I've watched some of his old Hard Knock videos today, and that man he's on another level when it comes to motivating teams. Man.
Fax machine. He's doing things that I believe are changing how teams are being built, how GMs, how organizations are now constructing rosters, starting with the coaches. Mm-hmm. You don't necessarily, and maybe this is a reason why Ben Johnson should take a job. Forget the conspiracy theories, but now a head coach. There's there's an example of a head coach who's rebuilding a culture, who's bringing out the best in his players. And Dan Campbell is very smart. He knows the X's and O's in offense and defense, but his main goal these first few years has been to create a winning culture, to create a tough, gritty culture, and he's done just that by assembling his coaching staff, by going out and targeting these players that 99% of draft analysts, that NFL analysts think they made the wrong decisions on most or all of these guys. So to see what they're doing, led by Dan Campbell, it's going to make people shift everything they're thinking. D'Amico Ryans too, got to give him flowers. Guys like that, Vrabel, former players that know what it takes to play in the NFL and can bring out the best in this new type of player. It's a new era. You know, it started with us. I mean, I was a late 80s baby. We got some 90s in here. Like, times have changed since we growing up. And these NFL players, they just need to be coached different. The Bobby Knights aren't going to be there anymore. We see him leave. Nick Saban, he just retired. Like, there's a new type of coach that can connect with these players. There's not one recipe. There's not one solution. But this is a new way to do it. And Dan Campbell, man, you got to love him in Detroit.
Oh, yeah, dude. I mean, he just finds a way. Like, I've said it before, and we had the whole reel about it a couple weeks ago. He should be. I wouldn't mind if we got an alert saying, "Hey, Dan Campbell just signed a 10-year contract extension." I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't. I mean, he started what was it? I had it written down here. He's 4-19-1 in Detroit. Everyone wanted his head off. The fact that you went from 4-19-1 in Detroit, you've seen what happened in the past with Detroit regimes and coaches when teams are 4-19-1 or 0-6. Like, your head's getting cut. Like, you're done. You're done in Detroit. And he took 4-19-1 and he found to make it a way to where it's like, hey, let's use this as a motivation. Let's turn this around. Let's go 8-2 to finish last year, and now let's go win 12 games in the season. Let's go win 2 playoff games at home in front of your home crowd. Go win the first NFC North ever. Like, the way he's turned that around, and it's not even just, to be honest, it's not just guys like us in Detroit that are starting to note it. Like, it is national media is starting to take note of what's going on. And KG, whenever you have that ready, George Kittle went on the Pat McAfee show today, and we're going to do a little reaction thing here so we don't get flagged, but I think we were able to do it. There's a clip here of George Kittle.
Epic.
And he breaks this down because he gets asked the question right away, what do you think about Dan Campbell? And you would usually think, like, in the playoffs, there's been all this chopping back and forth with Debo and all these. George Kittle gives his respect to Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions. Let's react this together here with you guys.
What are you seeing from this Detroit Lions football team in your early film study? I know you said tomorrow you'll get your message and the game plan and everything from the coaches, but are you surprised at all that they are here in the NFC Championship? And what do you see when you watch them on film?
No, I'm not surprised at all. Yeah, not at all. The way that they play, you can just tell. Everything that Dan Campbell preaches is what the team is. Like, it's not fake. They're gritty. Wow. They're going to outwork you. They're going to out-effort you. They're going to put everything on tape. A thing that, one of our goals as tight ends is to out-try your tryhards. That's like one of our goals is every week. And that kind of seems like their mindset as well. We're just going to out-try you. And we're going to put more effort on tape than anybody else. And you see that. And they've got good players to match it as well. And I was looking really just at their offense. Like, I think Frank, their center, is a phenomenal player. Yeah, absolute dog. Huge fan of Frank. Met him last year at the Pro Bowl. Super cool dude. So I like watching their offense too. Laporte is fantastic. St. Brown's fantastic. Goff is playing at a high level. So their offense is doing everything they need to do. And, hey, their running backs are pretty damn good as well. So, like, hey, they have a phenomenal offense. They're playing the way that they need to play. And, our defense will do everything they can to slow them down. And then, on defense, they do some different stuff. Their secondary's playing at a high level. Their linebackers are downhill. They're physical dudes. And Hutchinson's playing at a high level as well. So, like, they have guys. They're playing the way they want to play. Yeah. And, like I said about the Packers is, they're hot. They're on a roll right now. And when you have momentum and, hey, you're playing for that city, Detroit, like, you could see and feel the energy in that stadium. Yeah. Like, that is a huge wave of momentum that they're bringing with them to California.
They are.
Big facts.
They for sure. Hey, you guys heard George Kittle there, man. Like, he understands. Like, you'll see kind of guys in the playoffs, they will try and give some respect, but with that, it's hey, Kittle's not gonna back that. Like
he's not gonna BS you.
Yeah,
he
it
told
felt
you straight. Yeah,
it didn't feel like it was just like a media, trained answer. He really felt like he felt that way.
Very genuine. So I respect Kittle for kind of saying all that. And
he called Laporta too. Remember, like before the season, there was some interview and Kittle was like, the Lions just got the best tight end in the draft.
Yeah.
Like this, Kittle, he's reputable.
Yeah, they do tight end U. He was a huge standout there from all of the older guys. They were giving him props and his work ethic early in the season going into training camp. So that's how we all knew that Laporta had the potential to have a big season.
100%. For sure. I just 100% of Nick with it was like a genuine 100%, but then when I said it, I was like, I just 100% of him. All right, let's go to break. Hey, shout out George Kittle for that, though.
Yeah.
We're still going to beat him.
Kittles and
though.
bits.
We're still going to dominate him. When we come back, though, we're going to get into this defense, Cam Sutton. There's some things I want people to think about. Broder, I know you kind of had this battle with Flannel Sam a little bit, so I'll let you kind of go in on that a little because I want to throw some things out there, and I'll let you just do your thing a little. I don't know what you have, but just let's have a conversation.
I feel like I know what this is about.
Let me tell you guys about Planet Fitness, though. It is the home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and we mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. Over at Planet Fitness, you will experience squeaky clean gyms that has tons of equipment, full body workout in just 30 minutes, and all memberships, they include fitness training. Get all of that for just $10 a month, no commitment. I said 30, but $10 a month, no commitment. No matter where you are, there's a Planet Fitness close by. There are more than 50 in the Metro Detroit area and thousands throughout the world. That is Planet Fitness, fellas, where your fitness is
essential.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
Savor the heart of home at Big Boy with our all-new down-home comfort dishes. Feast on home-style goodness with our Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl, veal parmigiana, and apple pie hotcakes. The down-home delight doesn't stop there. Potato pancakes are back. Dive into the richness of our perfectly crafted potatoes with our classic potato pancakes and our stuffed potato pancakes. Top off your meal with our new gingerbread shake, a seamless blend of creamy vanilla and sweet gingerbread flavors. Nothing beats the comforting taste of down-home cooking. Enjoy every bite, only at Big Boy.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
Do you have football on the brain? You must. Oh, look at this. Premier Pet Supply. If you want to give your pet the best, you're going to go to Premier Pet Supply because they have the convenience of the online and the big box retailers. You know what, too? They're locally owned and operated for over 30 years. They got over 60 brands of food, nutrition experts to help you. They got it all. Go check them out. PremierPetSupply.com.
All right, welcome back to Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder on the Woodward Sports Network, woodwardsports.com. If you're on the YouTube page, hit the like button for us right now. KG, where we at?
We are at 109.
109. Let's get to 150 here, fellas. Hit the like button for us. We're getting into the Detroit Lions defense here. Broder's bread and butter. This is his bread and butter.
Why?
I don't know. I just wanted to say that.
I love bread and butter, though.
Yeah, it is actually really good. You know?
If it's toasted.
Oh, yeah, good. Bread and butter is good. I'm a fan of it. Wanted to bring this up, though. I wanted to talk about this. I saw this today, and it made me think about looking back at Cam Sutton's game. I've heard a lot of people recently even like kind of talk down on Cam. And you know what? I'm going to say this, Broder. I'm not going to say it's well-deserved, but I understand it.
Yeah,
because at the end of the day, like, receivers have been going off versus you, but I want to put, like, you have to put some context behind it. There's things that goes with that. We've seen Cam in great positions, and he's been very, very well. In the last 4 or 5 games, he hasn't been in the best positions, and obviously there's been big plays, and it hasn't all just been him. Like, Kendall Vildor's gotten beat a few times with these guys. Like, different things have happened. So don't want Cam to be the guy, the fall guy on all this, but he is your corner one, so he's going to end up being your fall guy. Want to look at just the wide receivers, though.
Yeah, can you show me a list of wide receivers that he's gone up against?
It's Mike Evans, an all-pro. Puka Nacua, all-pro. Justin Jefferson, All-Pro. CeeDee Lamb, All-Pro. Justin Jefferson, All-Pro. Those five straight weeks. And guess what happened right before those 5 straight weeks?
Courtland Sutton,
yes, but Cam Sutton got hurt.
Oh, he had his toe.
He had his toe, whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
And he had that happen to him. And then this happened. And then guess what else happened in the middle of all of that, fellas? AG started changing the scheme and started blitzing and blitzing and blitzing. And he even came out and said, hey, when we blitz, I'm putting our guys in the secondary in a tough spot, one-on-one positions. And when you're going in the last 5 weeks, one-on-one versus Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, Puka Nacua, and Mike Evans, they're going to get theirs. And that's just what it comes down to. So this is where I'm at with it, Broder. It's, hey, if Cam Sutton's going to get beat, man, and me and KG's brought it up, like, hey, the bend don't break, but at the end of the day, it's like, when is that going to break because you're giving up all those yards? I don't think it ends up breaking. I don't think it does. The way AG's been running this defense, is you're going to give those up. Cam's going to give those up. He's put in a really bad position, Broder, and I think at the end of the day, it's going to happen.
It's part of the game plan. They are literally game planning, hey, we're going to be blitzing out of our secondary, and you're going to be out on an island. You're going to get beat. Do everything possible to keep him out of the end zone. And he's done a pretty good job. Puka Nacua was the one who scored. He got beat by Puka, and he was able to, he hesitated at the very last second and let CD Deuce sort of over pursue on him. But for the most part, on those big plays, they aren't scoring touchdowns, and that's the key because the Lions' defense has been able to contain them when they get in the red zone.
Yes.
And Sutton's a much better cornerback in the red zone when he can use the boundaries, the out of bounds, the back of the end zone as an extra defender. So that's part of the game plan. That's part of when you bring Iffy up, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Brian Branch, whoever it is. Sometimes Cam, sometimes Kendall Vildor. They're doing that on purpose. So Aaron Glenn knows Cam Sutton's gonna give up some yards. He knows they're number 1 or number 2. One of the receivers. It's why there's not usually 2 receivers that go off. It's usually a receiver, and if there's a second pass catcher, it's a tight end. They know it's going to happen. Dude. What they need out of him, and he's done a very good job, is being a tackler out of the flats, making sure that those receivers don't gain many extra yards if he's able to keep them in front on the short routes. But again, they game plan getting beat deep. It's part of it's part of what we're going to have to live with.
We were all complaining earlier in the year, like it was personnel, right? So if it was personnel, AG had to do something, and he had to change something up. So he said, you know what? If we don't have the personnel to go out there and guard, and we don't have the personnel on the defensive line to go out there and put pressure on, I'm going to find the pressure. And he had to do something, and he sacrificed giving up a ton of yards to receivers and said, we're going to blitz, and we're going to put these guys in one-on-ones. We're going to give them a chance to beat it. In my opinion, and I've never coached defense or anything, but in my opinion, like in basketball and different things, we're rather willing to give up the one-on-ones, and we trust the corners to win those one-on-one battles more than we trust some of these DNs outside of Hutch to win their one-on-one battles. That's how I look at it. Yeah. Because now you had to bring extra pressure. Yeah. Like that's the way I break it down in my head. That's kind of the way it breaks down to me.
Yeah. So. And Cam Sutton's mentally strong enough and just tough enough to be able to deal with this and handle it. That's why he's the one they're putting out on the island, on top of him still being your best corner who's healthy at the moment. So you put that all together, Cam Sutton, shoot, I just had a thought and it just flowed right over my head. Sorry, real quick. When he was in Pittsburgh, and not to say, I don't mean to use this as an excuse, but I want to state it because his strength is in zone coverage. Like he can do it all, and he's a very versatile cornerback. He's probably stronger in zone, but nonetheless, he knows he came to play with Aaron Glenn because he's got to play man. So there's a little bit to it. He never got this chance to sort of mold this defense with Emmanuel Mosley. So I don't know if I'm defending Cam, but I don't. This isn't like an outreach.
I mean, look at any corner in the league. They always had there's always people to help. He's in a tough spot, dude. He's going up against those that last 5-week stretch is insane.
Yes,
those are literally all 5 guys are all pro NFL wide receivers, and those are the best in the game. And you just had to go up against all 5 on turf toe, and on top of that, a lot of one-on-one matchups because AG had to send blitzes to get to the quarterback. That is like the worst case scenario is for corner when you're trying to get the job done. That's worst case scenario. And I'm sure that like everyone knows that. And I wanted to find this comment. I wanted to.
While you're looking, let me say one thing. Cam Sutton doesn't stink. Like that's,
here it is.
That's the comments I have a problem with. He's not a bad player.
No,
he's given up yards. He's had bad games. He's had bad moments. He does not stink.
Cody Ingle, Sutton gets left on an island because of the scheme.
Yeah,
you had to change the scheme to get to the quarterback. You can't have. I know I've gone easy with this with AG earlier in the year. And I'll say he was right with this one. It's like it's the play. It was the personnel. You just didn't have the dudes on the defensive line to go out and get after the quarterback. AG did a hell of a job, and that's why he's getting head coaching looks, because he did a hell of a job to go out there and say, let's change some things up. And he's used what he had, which isn't much, and he's turned it into a playoff defense. And he's done that. And he said, we're going to sacrifice something. Cam was a sacrifice.
And while all this has been going on, these teams haven't scored more than 23 points. I haven't looked at the schedule in a second, but I think the last 5 or 6 or 7 games, it's all been under 23 points. Some 17, 20, 23. So they're giving up big plays, but they're not giving up big touchdowns. They're not giving up a ton of points, and that's the key. If you can do that, get a takeaway here and there, man, that's a recipe for success for this team. This is the team we got, and this is what we got to – that's the blueprint to a Super Bowl. We're going to have to live with it. And you know they're going to address cornerback in the offseason.
They will. And with that, and with the scheme change and all that, and KG, the Aiden Hutchinson graphic.
Yep.
His last 4 games.
Yep.
This is like when you guys look at this, like we have to start looking at this stuff logically. Like people just throw stuff out there. They see you giving up all these wide receiver yards, and they're like, "Oh, Cam Sutton just sucks." No, like the scheme changed. They started blitzing, and when you started doing that, when when AG started bringing pressure and he started bringing blitzes, and he said, "Hey, we do need to get to the quarterback." Guess what happened in those 4 or 5 games? Look at the Aiden Hutchinson stats: 3 sacks, 2 sacks, 2 sacks, 1 sack. 5, 5, 5, 5, or 3.
Let him cook.
4, 3, 2, 1. Tackle for losses. 0. He has been cooking since AG switched that, and Cam's been getting cooked, and that's because they had to switch something up. They had to switch something up, and that's benefited the defensive line. And guess what? You have a better chance at winning the football game getting to Baker Mayfield, Brock Purdy, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes than you do just letting them run around and cut up all over you and giving them all the time in the day. So AG, that's why he's getting head coaching looks. Yeah. It's because he's turned this defense that wasn't much earlier, and he's turned it into something, and he's found a way to not just, you're giving up a ton of yards. He's just found a way to keep them under 20 points and win a football game. So give your offense a chance.
At the expense of Cam Sutton's if he didn't think Cam Sutton could handle it, could handle criticism, I think there's a factor in that maybe he doesn't do it. But look what's happened since they've gone this way. We're giving up big yards to receivers, but what's happening? Hutch is getting home.
Matt B in the chat said Aiden shaved his head. That's why. He shaved his head and he got the arm sleeve. Shout out KG.
Yeah,
arm sleeve.
He went on to that St. Brown pod after. He was like, I got to switch something up. I've been doing it my whole career. But, yeah, we have not given up over 24 points in 6 straight games here, fellas. And if we're not giving up over 24 points, we're going to win this game because this offense will score no matter what. No matter what team we play, this offense will put up points. So if we're giving up under 24, I like our odds against anybody, including the San Francisco 49ers.
Question in the chat before we go to break. And KJ, I do want to come to you about Cam Sutton real quick. I don't know if you have anything, but someone asked here where is it at? Oh, so did Ertz practice today? Off day today.
Off day. My guess is he's in the building, getting as up to date on the offense as possible. They're putting in some basic packages for him, but yeah, today was off day. But you know he's been in contact with Steve Hyde and the tight ends coach getting ready. We'll see you tomorrow. I will be in Allen Park tomorrow. We'll get time with practice. Don't have the full press conference schedule laid out yet, but it should be, unless things change, which it could. A Dan Campbell press conference, maybe another coach, another position coach, practice time, and a lot of time in the locker room.
Yeah, I did see today while we're on the defense, I saw
defense.
According to Dave Burkett, Alex Anzalone fractured 3 ribs during the Lions' Week 18 victory over the Vikings, and he has played in the past 2 games with 3 fractured ribs, and even led the team in tackles during the wild card week.
Dude's an animal.
That's a tough injury.
That's crazy. Ribs, man.
Yeah, that's tough.
Remember he busted his hand, his finger, and ribs. Didn't he hurt his shoulder too?
At one point in the year.
The Rams game, maybe.
Maybe.
This team's a bunch of warriors. They're gamers. They're tough.
Oh, yeah. All right, let's hit break. KG, did you have anything on Cam in the defense?
I mean, y'all said it all, but I mean, he's been playing with a toe injury. We know it. Bless you. He's been playing with a toe injury, man, and that's an injury that's hard to heal when you in a run like this. But it's not like he gets beat all the time. He does make plays, man, but it is what it is right now. I said it yesterday that is the adjustment AG has made. We're just gonna take chances on defense.
Yeah.
Yes, we're gonna give up a big game to a star receiver, but the key is not letting anybody else get off. You can let your star receiver get off, that's fine. You're not going to run the ball, and nobody else is going to get off for over 100 yards on us. So, I mean, it's been working. We got here with it, so let's keep rocking.
Preach.
Rocking. Shout out. All right, let's go to break. When we come back, we are going to do, Broder, our bold predictions, 3 bold predictions for the conference championship weekend.
I'm more of an italics guy.
Bold, Italian. Okay, I get it. All right, let me tell you guys about Hamlin Pub, the best wings in the state of Michigan. Have you ever wanted a bar where you are a regular? We have just a place for you. Head over to one of Hamlin Pub's 7 locations and experience where everyone is a regular. Make sure you guys you're enjoying the half-off pizza on Thursdays or game day specials available during all Michigan sports and NFL games. Hamlin Pub is the place to be. Visit a location today and experience your new favorite pub for all things sports.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Do you have football on the brain or
Yes.
Swiss cheese on the brain?
Both.
Yeah. Well, Swiss Insurance is the way to do it. It's where you got to go to shop for your home and your auto insurance. It's the perfect time of year. You got to protect yourself. Protect yourself from scams, from fires, from accidents, from it all. Do it. Shop it like a pro. Go find Mark at Swiss Insurance. His number is 248-800-4177. Also, check him out, SwissINS.com.
Shout out Swiss Insurance
Young
Group,
money.
baby. Let's go. Welcome back, Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder on the Woodward Sports Network. I heard Nick turning the music down. I don't know why. What are you turning the music down for?
What?
I was going to do it, but
Do
it
it.
was during the break.
Do it.
Wings goal.
Dylan Larkin, baby, 5-3. They're skating really well. We need to keep on the pressure on the net, keep shooting them, specifically from Dylan Larkin. I got a bet to cash here, along with a Red Wings dub. Back to you boys for some football.
Great transition.
All right, man. That was awesome. All right, welcome back, though. Make sure you guys hit that like button if you haven't already. KG, where are we at with the likes?
We are at 131.
Let's get to 150 here before the end of this segment. Everyone hit the like button now. And you guys can start doing this as well. We're going over here. We both brought 3 bold predictions for the championship weekend here for the AFC and NFC. We could have gone either. You could have gone all NFC, AFC, whatever it is. We each brought 3 though. Start dropping some bold predictions that you have of things you think will happen. Broder,
Booner,
I'll go with you.
Okay.
Just don't. I told you my last one. Don't take my last one, or I might have to come over there and kill you.
Whoa. It's unalive on YouTube. Can't use those words. The algorithm gets all messed
Unalive,
up.
sorry. Yeah. Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift,
Yep.
Taylor
Travis
Swift.
Kelce.
Travis
Eminem.
Kelce, Taylor
Travis
Swift,
Kelce.
Eminem,
Hey, Eminem.
Detroit Lions, Dan Campbell. All right, we're back.
A Kansas City Detroit Super Bowl, Taylor Swift Eminem halftime show.
That algorithm,
yeah.
we're back in the front of the algorithm. We're good.
My first bold prediction. Jameson Williams will have a touchdown in this San Francisco 49ers game.
Wow.
He's going to score a TD in the NFC Championship. I feel it. And I've said that before. I think a lot of us have said that before. But I really feel
Nick
it.
said it every week.
And that's why I love Nick, bro. He has that potential every single week. I just feel like it's inches away. Each time is almost there.
I think it's going to happen soon.
Literally, all he needs is a sliver of
If he
space.
gets one in one of these games too, it makes it like everyone goes at him all the time. It's like, hey, we did get him for big games. These are the big games where you got a 12th overall pick. It like solidifies a lot for him.
And he's so excited. It looks so exciting. It's such an electric play. It's such a momentum shift.
Love it.
In that stadium, it'll be huge. What do you got at number 3?
First, my third, the first one that I have. What?
No, I'm just hanging with my people.
I was a little confused.
Chef Talks NFL just goes, let's go.
Oh, let's go. First, what I want to do here with this is I'm going to go on the AFC side. I'm going to go this Ravens-Chiefs game. I don't know how people are going to feel about this, and I don't like this as well. Like, I hate this one as well. Mahomes is going to Mahomes, and Lamar's going to Lamar.
Yeah.
What the
Mahomes
fuck?
is going to go out there on the road. He's going to beat Lamar Jackson. They're going to win the football game, and Lamar and the Ravens, they're going to be the Ravens and Lamar in the playoffs, and they're going to lose his football game. I truly believe it. And it's not that I want it to happen. I just have this feeling that I've been against the Chiefs. Last week I said the Bills were going to end the dynasty, and they went out in there and won. I just have a feeling, though, that Chiefs are going to end up being in the Super Bowl, and people are going to start questioning the Ravens and Lamar and John Harbaugh again.
I don't know if you realize this, but you realize the Chiefs escaped, right, last week?
They did, yes. But typically when teams escape and they get by, then once they get that second life, they use that, and they're like, that's the igniter.
49ers right now kind of escaped too, boys.
Facts.
If you're going to say that, Boone.
Yeah, that's fair. Hey, now I'll take that back.
It's
then.
a little
Jordan
scary.
Love decision.
It's a little scary.
No, I just think there's just something within me where it's like we're going to end up seeing that. Like, there's no reason the Chiefs should still be in it, in my opinion. They've had such a bad year, and they're still playing. And they're still here. And the fact Lamar, like, we've already know the narrative of Lamar and the Ravens the last few years in the playoffs. Yes, they just won a playoff game, but that's been an issue in the past. And with you're going up against the greatest almost of all time behind Tom Brady, it's a tough game, man. And I think I think you're going to see it. And I'd hate to be that guy, but
No, be that guy.
Do it, Boone. Talk to him.
Chef said,
guy.
Booner, that doesn't
that
make
guy, pal.
much sense, especially how they played their game against the Texans. I get that, but like, it doesn't matter about the Texans. C.J. Stroud's not Patrick Mahomes, man. Like, the Chiefs' defense is really good, and
They are good. They're athletic. They can run with the Ravens.
And if Patrick Mahomes has the ball in his hand in the fourth quarter to win a game, I'm not going to sit there and be like, I'm going to go against him. He's not C.J. Stroud.
He's not going against golf either.
What's your second one?
Jahmyr Gibbs will have a touchdown run over 40 yards. Think about that.
Hell yeah!
A 40-yard plus touchdown run, Jahmyr Gibbs. That means he's going to have a big play.
I
Did I just
want
get
it. I
two big
want it.
plays
I
on
want
offense
it.
of Gibbs and
You
J-Mo?
did. Absolutely.
I think
That's
I
14 points
I think
already.
I did. I just have that feeling. They are if there's any weakness with the 49ers, it's their run defense. They do have athletic everybody. So it might be a little more difficult to break this run. But I just think Jahmyr Gibbs is coming into his own. Like, we see him improve every single week. We finally got a big play, that 31-yarder where he juked out Antoine Winfield. What we haven't seen is that truly game-breaking 40, 50, 60-yard breaks through that third line of defense and takes it to the house. Imagine what kind of momentum shift that would be.
I like that. I like that one
it.
a lot. You got the Bama boys going off in this 49er game.
Yeah. Yep. Nick Saban's, he goes off into the sunset. Jahmyr Gibbs and Jameson Williams go off.
Soupy season.
In San
Let's
Francisco.
go.
Soupy season.
Jaffield, the electrician.
My second one, I'm going with this. I think the Detroit Lions defense this weekend steps up. They may give up some yards, don't really care about that. But what they do end up doing on the road is I think they go out there and force it. And I think the Hutch pressure, Lee McNeil, the linebackers getting to Brock Purdy. I think you see 2 Brock Purdy turnovers on Sunday. I think you see him, whether it's an interception and a fumble, whatever it is. I think you see this pressure get to him a little bit. And I think the C.J. Gardner-Johnson, a Kirby back there. Kirby hasn't had one in a little bit. He's due. Brian Branch is kind of due as well. The way Iffy's been playing, him blitzing, and as well as him getting interceptions, the way Iffy's been just ball hawking, I think Brock Purdy, I would love to see if he's gone up against a safety group like this year yet. I would love to see it. I don't think
just the Ravens, I believe.
The Ravens. And what happened then? 4
interceptions, if I'm not mistaken.
When you're up against a tough second, I'm not talking about corners. I'm talking about this safety group because they play all 3 of those guys at once. They rotate those guys. They rotate. They might have them all out there.
Like a bus tire.
Yep, and it's kind of a different defense, but I believe in it. I think it'll happen. What's your third one?
How about this? Before I give you my third, I just noticed this in the chat. Answer 14, bold prediction number 3. DPJ with the punt return touchdown and another long return to set up the offense. I would love to see that. Shout
out Jalen in the chat, too.
Jalen! Let's go, baby. Jalen, put a bold prediction for the Lions and 49ers or Chiefs Ravens. Put it in there. We'll read it off. My last one, my number one of 3, is a man who likes to talk. And he's been talking since earlier in the season.
Say it, Broder.
And you know what he does when he talks?
Say it, Broder.
He walks. He walks the walk. CD Deuce is going to have an interception in this game. At least 1 interception. I think he's going to have a good game, but I think he gets 1 pick in this, and it's going to be a big one. I don't know when, I don't know where, but I do know Brock Purdy throws it.
I like it. To CJ?
Yeah, right to CJ.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Let's go. Maybe off the fingertips of Debo Samuel.
Oh, that would
nice.
Hey, imagine like a little Debo cross route and C.J. Gardner-Johnson come out of nowhere, bop, hits it, takes it to the house. Oh my gosh, just dream scenarios, man. Oh my gosh,
Daddy.
I don't think I can do this.
Yes.
All right, you guys ready for my third one?
Come on with it.
You guys see this right here? The Detroit Lions on Sunday night. The Detroit Lions who have never been to a Super Bowl, fellas. The Detroit Lions go to their first Super Bowl in franchise history on Sunday night. They beat the 49ers at home. I don't care if it's by 1 point. I don't care if it's by 14 points. They will figure out a way to get the job done. And at the end of the day, you'll see Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions team winning that NFC trophy. Don't touch the trophy. Don't worry. Walk off the field and hop on a bus right to Vegas right there. Hop on the plane. The Detroit Lions, just like Kyle Brandt said on, Good Morning Football?
Yep.
Lions fans, don't even worry about going to San Francisco. Book your flights to Vegas. Get ready for Vegas. The Detroit Lions are beating the Las Vegas. They're beating the San Francisco 49ers. They will beat the San Francisco 49ers on Sunday night. They're going to get the job done. They play their best football as underdogs. Kansas City earlier this year, Green Bay on the road last year. Every time that they're on the road, besides Baltimore, you could say, but every time they go out there and they get tested and they're underdogs and everyone's looking at them like there's no chance they win this game, they go out there and they prove you wrong. This team is good enough. They should not be a 7-point underdog. That is frauds from Vegas right there. We know that. Jalen's in the chat. He knows gambling. 7 points is insane. You better take the Lions 7 points. Take that money line. You go out there, the Detroit Lions win this football game, and they will go to their first Super Bowl in franchise history. Book it right now.
Let's go, Boone.
Thank you.
Super Bowl tickets starting at $8,500.
And that is part of the Booner path as well. This path isn't ending anytime soon, baby.
We got the yellow brick road back here, too.
How about that? I did get a message this morning of Booner Path merch. I've got to get it approved, but I did get a message today. They sent me a design. Just have to get it approved, get it up on the website. So keep your eye out for some Booner Path merch.
That design is fire, too.
Hey, I sent it to the boys. The boys did hear it.
Boys, they scored.
The Detroit Red Wings get the score to 5-4. Empty net. We got it to 1.
No!
All right.
I think you said there was an empty net.
No, we had an empty net. We pulled the guy. No, we pulled the guy.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, all right, 5-4.
That was very nerve-wracking.
I saw one in here that it was super bold. It was a bold prediction from Mike. Oh, it was that Jack Campbell would get a safety. Could you guys imagine some crazy play in this game?
I didn't even think about this. I'm sorry, Nick. You did call it a safety. You could have got a 2-point conversion, right? And it would still worked.
Yeah.
I was thinking, right?
Yeah.
Or am I wrong on that?
No, I'd call it a safety, but I mean, 2 points, it still could have
With your score prediction?
Yeah.
I still can't get over that. I had 31-24, and they went for 2, and I almost had it.
Also, 34-21 Lions win. So Jay, with his bold prediction, he thinks it's going to be a blowout.
Let's go. I love that.
Let's go, baby. It was a clear black night, a clear white moon.
And that the Ravens went 28-24. So shout out Jay, as always. KG, you got anything bold you like in this game that stands out maybe?
Yeah, I don't know if it's bold, but how many times did we sack
4,
Baker
I believe.
last week? 4?
Yeah, I think it was 4.
It was Iffy at 1.5.
Branch.
Reeves maybe at 1.5.
Iffy.
Branch.
Yeah.
Iffy.
Yeah.
1.5.
2.
Hutch. Yeah.
So it was 4 total?
Yeah.
Okay, give me 5.
Oh!
I think the Lions get 5 sacks in this ball game. That's going to
that.
cause Brock Purdy to make mistakes, which is going to lead to your CJ-GJ interception that you mentioned, and also your 2 turnovers that you mentioned, Booner. So, yeah, that's my bold prediction for this game.
I like that because last week I put that 5-sack bet on, and they had 4 in the third quarter, and they didn't get one more. They didn't get home one more time.
And you know who we're expecting back?
James Houston.
We have a problem.
Oh, we haven't talked about James
San
Houston
Francisco,
yet.
we have a problem.
Wow, I did not think about that. Oh my gosh.
If he gives you 75% on what we saw at the end of last year, boys. Oh, that's probably my read, eh?
That is your read.
Yeah. Let's get high,
when we
boys.
come back,
Let's get high.
we're going to get into some Sam Laporta talk here. I want to talk a little bit about Sam Laporta. There was a podcast, and I don't have the clip, but we're going to talk about a podcast talking about something about him, so we'll go over that. Dive into some Sam Laporta here.
We got to get back for the end of this third quarter. You can experience Dispo Dispenser if you want to get high and a team that curates an unbelievable atmosphere. Dispo is now giving out 2 tickets plus hotel and flight accommodations to this year's big game in Vegas. Go on Dispo's Instagram at dispo.michigan and follow directions on the pinned post to take you to Vegas. Go get them, man. Go to this game. $8,500 tickets. Go get them from Dispo for free. Dispo Dispensary, DispoShops.com. Your local cannabis plug.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Savor the heart of home at Big Boy with our all-new down-home comfort dishes. Feast on home-style goodness with our Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl, veal parmigiana, and apple pie hotcakes. The down-home delight doesn't stop there. Potato pancakes are back. Dive into the richness of our perfectly crafted potatoes with our classic potato pancakes and our stuffed potato pancakes. Top off your meal with our new gingerbread shake, a seamless blend of creamy vanilla and sweet gingerbread flavors. Nothing beats the comforting taste of down-home cooking. Enjoy every bite, only at Big Boy.
Since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, and first-class car buying experience. They call it the Feldman Advantage. With 18 locations, there's a Feldman dealership near you. Just visit feldmanauto.com to find the location that's closest to your home. Also, catch Woodward Sports every other Monday morning at their Novi dealership. Their amazing host is part of what makes Feldman Chevrolet Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer.
All right, welcome back. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder on the Woodward Sports Network. WoodwardSports.com. Hit the like button if you haven't already. KG, what are we at?
148.
Let's get that thing up. Let's get 175 here. We got 30 minutes left. We can get over 200 probably as well. Broder. Oh! Go!
It's
Broder!
a replay!
I'm so tired of that.
Nick,
Broder!
Nick, tell the people what's going on,
Broder,
man.
it's a
That's
replay.
the second time
Hey,
he's ever
the
done
Red
that.
Wings are going on power play, though. They just called timeout with 34 seconds left. Let's go. We have a chance to get up this. I bet we're going to have 2 extra skaters here on a power play. 34 seconds left to get the job done. Broder, it's okay. It's okay. Good juju. Good juju. Let's win. Let's get to OT.
Valley's got to put, this is a replay in front of their whole screen. I can't Sorry, guys.
Broder,
Sam Laporta.
that is like the third time on this show that you've reacted for a goal as a replay. We have a joke in my family. My grandma, rest in peace, my grandma, she used to watch Tigers games and see replays of like home runs and would cheer, and everyone would be like, "Oh!" And then it was just like it was a home run, like it was a fake.
I love that.
And that was like a joke running in our family. You do that all the time with the
16.
Wings. Just brutal. Yeah, there is 15 seconds left of this. I do want to 10
push.
seconds. Should we just let this
10,
go?
9, 8,
Larkin,
7. Oh my gosh.
Outside.
6.
Oh my gosh. No,
5.
it's over.
3.
Yeah.
2.
That's tough. Lost for the Red Wings. It's all right, fellas. We'll get the next one. Tough fought game. But we're getting into this, Broder. Sam Laporta. Want to talk about him with you real quick.
Deal.
I don't have the clip, though. The Green Light podcast.
Sorry,
the Long Brothers, is it?
Amazing.
Great
Amazing
podcast.
convo.
You guys, when we get done with our show, I want you guys to go check this clip out because I saw a clip today. And the first question they asked, question they threw out there, they asked each other, is Sam Laporta the best tight end in the NFL? And they were not joking, nothing like they were dead serious looking at each other. Guess what they both said?
Yes.
They both said yes, he is.
Okay.
They both said he, and I'll let you talk, and I'll try and get the clip here, Broder. It's crazy to think about.
I don't have much argument against it. I do want to say, if you say Kittle, I'm not arguing with you at all. Even if you say Kelsey, he didn't have as good a year as Sam Laporta this year, but he's done it for a career. Until next year, if I see another down year for Kelsey, then I'll be there. But those three to me are at the top. Maybe the next group down, Mark Andrews, David Njoku. There are some good tight ends, but Sam Laporta is right there at the top.
Can we say this about the tight end in the NFL as well? Is in the last few years, there has not been like a big group of great tight ends. You see a lot of really good running backs, receivers, quarterbacks, defensive players, all that. Tight ends for years, it's always been George Kittle, Travis Kelce, David Njoku just got good this year. But who am I missing here? Darren Waller for a little bit. There's just certain guys. There was like 4 or 5. T.J. Hawkinson. There was probably 3 to 5 tight ends that you could actually be like, those are real tight ends. Now Sam Laporta's in that conversation. He's not just in it. He is one of the best in the NFL.
Booner, would you say that the 4 best tight ends are still playing?
Mark Andrews, Sam Laporta, George Kittle, Travis Kelce. Yeah.
Sacker.
I would, actually.
Is that a coincidence?
No.
I don't know if it is or not, but it's just, I saw that earlier today. I was like, whoa.
I like that. I do like that. That's very interesting. I would almost put Hawk in there, maybe over Mark Andrews.
No.
Hawks,
I know Hawk's pretty
I know
good.
we all hate Hawk in Detroit, but he put numbers up, man. He's pretty good.
Don't Isaiah Likely him very much.
I do have the clip here, though, of them talking about it. It's a short clip, not super long, but just take a listen to this.
Is Laporta the best tight end in the NFL?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he might be.
Yeah.
Somebody in the chat's going to have an issue
But
with it,
as
I'm
we
sure.
know, like with pro.
Oh, was that it?
That was it. Can we play it one more time, actually? Just because it's just a short clip, but I just want the people to hear it. Listen to how quick they say it as well. Just listen to how fast that it is said.
Is Laporta the best tight end in the NFL?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he might be.
Yeah.
Somebody in the chat's going to have an issue
But
with it,
as
I'm
we
sure.
know,
Dude,
like with pro.
Somebody in the chat's going to have an issue.
The whole room. It wasn't like, it was like one guy right away was like, yes. As soon as, they didn't even get the question out of his mouth. Just yes. And then the whole room, whoever else was in that room, yes.
That was a quick trigger.
Think about that,
I know
guys.
quick triggers.
I know in Detroit, and you know what too? I think in Detroit we are trying to we're biased a lot, but there is that other side of bias here where you're like you don't want to be too biased, so you try and not give him too much credit. So no one in Detroit's been like he is the best. People will be like, oh well, there's still Travis Kelce, there's George Kittle, there's still this, there's still national people are being like, hey, George or Sam Laporta's the best in the NFL.
We've been on this ride with Laporta where we've been like, wait, okay, he's looking pretty good. He's not there yet, but all
year long we talked about him being an all-pro from the jump.
He just kept elevating his game. That's what's so special about this rookie class. They just all keep getting better and better and better. To have a tight end like Sam Laporta, he's gotten better in the pass blocking or in the run blocking too. Mahomes, baby, he's special.
Yeah, I touched on it a little earlier in the show, but you heard words coming out of training camp. You saw the stories, you saw some of the highlights, and we are thinking, is this real? Could he be the best piece right there with St. Brown on this whole entire offense as a rookie? And you never see it out of tight ends. You always have to wait till a couple years. He has 100% been that. And we know when Goff has trust in a guy, he will go to him over and over and over again. And they have that trust within each other to be in the right spot, to make the right read. And Laporta delivers every single time. I remember he had I think it was a pretty big drop in that KC game. They go to him like the next drive, and he has an amazing catch like over his head. It was just... He's showed up and delivered on every single stage all year, and I have no doubt he's going to do that in the NFC Championship game when we need him the most.
And if you didn't know, if you were just watching a Lions game and didn't know anything about the players, and you just looked and you saw what Sam Laporta does on a field, he doesn't look like a rookie. Like, just the way he moves, the way he approaches the game, he looks like a 6 or 7 year veteran.
You know who I get him mixed up with a lot? Me and Spenny when we were watching the game? Hutch.
Really?
There's been multiple times we're like, why is Hutch on offense right now? And it's Sam Laporta. He's just that
Hutch could be a tight end. He's got 4
87.
picks.
Yeah, so. And he's got the size, dude. Like the 87, and when it's scrunched up, it looks like 97. And he's got like him and Hutch had that build, and that's like a vet build, man. Like those dudes they're made for the NFL.
We don't need to go in. Maybe this is involved in a segment later or something. But which would be more intimidating, Hutch as a tight end on offense? Or Penei Sewell as a defensive end on defense?
Hutch is a tight end.
That was a quick response.
I'm
not going to argue it.
Yeah, Hutch is a tight end for sure. He a little slow.
Well,
in terms of tight end, he a little slow.
I mean, I think Penei might be better at like defensive tackle than the edge.
Defensive line. So fair. I guess I should have been clear.
Yeah, probably should have been.
Both beasts, but they're both. So we can say that they're so athletic. Like those two beasts,
for sure,
are probably two of the best athletes on the team.
Who's the better tight end, Penei or Hutch? Because Penei has already proven himself.
That's true.
Who
wants to tackle Penei Sewell, though?
No, I'm not trying to.
I thought Penei was going to have a touchdown this year. Still not over.
KG, what'd you have on that, the Sam Laporta stuff?
Nah, man, it's just crazy because when you think about it, the Lions tried to be ahead of the curve when people started getting premier tight ends. If you think about all the first-round picks that were wasted, Brandon Pettigrew, Eric Ebron, and then Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes come along and they draft this kid in the second round, like effectively breaking the second round curse that we've had for so long with tight ends. And it's just been amazing to see his development, man. He's had the best rookie tight end season since Ditka. And you know that's going back a ways. That's going all the way back to the 70s, man. We have not seen anything like this. Like you said, it usually is like a curve that tight ends have to go through. But he goes out there and he leaves it all on the field, man. His pass catching ability, his yak ability, and his blocking ability as well, man. I'm just so happy that this kid is this good. And this is the floor. He started off like this, so he can only get better from here.
Yep.
I always make the joke that Iowa, tight ends, they got to grow the beard and the hair out before they really hit their final form. So, yeah, man, years to come, he's going to be a problem, man.
And as well, too, guys, we do have to realize this. They passed up on two guys that were ranked above Sam Laporta, and Luke Musgrave and Michael Mayer.
That's true.
Like when we did the day 2 draft,
these two were better.
You were here for the day 2 draft, I believe.
Yeah, I was in the booth.
It was Flannel Sam and it was me right there, and they drafted Sam Laporta. And you probably can go back and watch it. I was like
we were
what?
confused
because you've heard the Sam Laporta name, but typically when you heard it or you had it in the mock drafts, and I know Jeff did a mock draft and he kind of took Sam Laporta at one point throughout the season or the mock draft season. It was just more so like, these guys are all supposed to be better in the NFL than him, so you were just never mocking him to Detroit. Like if you somehow that you were always going Michael Mayer first.
I thought it was going to be Mayer.
And that's what I did. So it was a shock to us all. But then once you start looking into it more, and I remember someone was breaking it down to us on the show that day, and it was like, okay, we feel a little bit better. So I feel a lot better on it. Nick, quickly, we do have to hit break here.
When they do the draft, like the after, and you get the in-depth look at their interviews, that's no surprise why they did draft Sam Laporta. You hear him talk, and he's like, yeah, I'm confident in myself. Like, I can do this, I can do that. And he's just like, you could tell he has that mindset that these guys look for in a guy. So if you knew that going in, I mean, I would have thrown everything in the bank account on Laporta.
The video was great, by the way.
Pit stains.
They do a great job on those videos.
Maybe we can play that sometime this week. But let me tell you guys about Big Boy. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about Jared Goff a little bit. I have some graphics that I wanted to show the people of Jared Goff. I know we did some earlier in the show. Have a couple more.
Okay.
And it's just kind of like this Laporta conversation. I want to have a conversation about Jared Goff, and tomorrow we'll do another guy or something. But Big Boy, Wintertime in Detroit is always better with comfort foods from Big Boy. Try the veal parmigiano, the new Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl. How about breakfast? The stuffed potato pancakes, they are back. Classic lumberjack or Santa Fe garden. Also, the new apple pie hotcakes are too good to miss. Top it all off with the new gingerbread shake for dessert. Make sure you stop over by your local Big Boy today.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
What happens when you run a great business for
Make some
over
money.
50 years?
That moolah.
You expand and you offer more products to more people. That's exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. They got the same great service that customers have known and trust, or have come to know and trust. Located on Woodward Ave, just south of 9 Mile. So you hook the left on 2-1 in Lewis. You check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today. Find the brand you want at lesstanford.com.
All right, welcome back. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder on the Woodward Sports Network. Appreciate you guys all locking in with us Tuesday night. Not hump day. That is tomorrow. Figured that out today. No, I'm just kidding. I know Wednesday's hump day. Football hump day. It's Tuesday. It's the day off for the Detroit Lions. You get a day off, man.
Yeah, they need it. They deserve it.
Shout out the fellas, man.
They're banged up.
They are.
They're banged up, but
So
we got
am I.
merch.
Almost passed out after a show last week.
That's because you got just fuel for. No, I guess it'd be the reverse. Because you're
Pure
just you
octane.
put all energy into everything you do, Booner.
Yeah, and it was the Dan Campbell. I actually, right before that happened, like a day before, I tweeted out and said I was on the Dan Campbell diet. The what does he do?
The black guys, double black guys.
I was on that
man.
for like a week going forward, and then almost died on the air. Imagine if I just passed out on air and died.
It'd be fine, man. You just got to get right back up. Bite another kneecap,
Just
man.
get up, get another kneecap, man.
Yeah, man.
Just gotta lock in.
Man.
And on our way up, we're gonna bite another kneecap. All right, let's talk about this Jared Goff. We have a couple minutes before we get into mailbag. Want to talk about this Jared Goff? I saw 2 graphics today, and I wanted to show it to the people. Just bring awareness. You know, we would like to bring awareness. We have a platform. Why don't we bring awareness to people here? First one I want to show, Jared Goff. Compared to other quarterbacks in the NFC, when it comes to winning games in the playoffs, Jared Goff is the best quarterback to do it in the NFC.
Y'all see it?
The best in the NFC
Like
to do it.
still left in the NFC, just in the NFC.
In the NFC in general.
Weird.
Most playoff wins among active NFC quarterbacks. Jared Goff with 5. You see a couple guys under there. Oh, Jalen Hurts is looking up to Jared Goff, man. Dak Prescott looks like he's going through it. Kirk Cousins, man, that man hasn't taken his helmet off in like 8 years. I mean, look at these guys. They're just looking up to that. Look at Jared Goff, man. And the nice grays.
It's a young Peyton Manning. Peyton's man thing?
Whoa, okay.
I had to pause on that one for a second. I didn't know how to react.
Was good until he did that.
Yeah, just take a step back. Bring it back. Bring it back, Broder.
No, but that is an impressive stat.
It is. Yeah, it is for sure. That's why I just wanted to bring that to the awareness because there's the narratives and stuff, and he's won 2 here, which we haven't won a playoff game since the 90s. He's already won 2 playoff games here in a year.
Sorry, Bobby Lane. He's already number 2.
Yep.
Yep.
Shout out.
I think he's number 1.
We should get that video, the Bobby Lane curse thing.
Yeah, the Peyton.
Yeah, I would like to. I don't know if we can play that. That might be an ESPN.
Could be, yeah.
Golf delivers.
Great video.
Right answer 14, golf delivers. I'm just reading his comment.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking
No,
about.
but you don't win playoff games if you're not calm, cool, and collected and are able to lead your team to a victory.
Yeah, and on top of that too, with that being said, and the culture and everything that he's brought, a lot of people talking about the Detroit Lions. He did have some comments to Skip Bayless. I wasn't really sure what Skip Bayless went at him for or went at the Lions for. I could probably guess that he's just going at them because of the Lions.
He's hurt right now, man. He's going through it.
Cowboys.
You know his Cowboys just lost. He burning jerseys, man, and he's upset. He feels like the Cowboys should be in the Lions position.
Yeah, so Jared Goff did respond to Skip Bayless, by the way. And he had something good to say about it.
Did you respond directly to him, or was this on the radio interview this morning?
I think it was on the flagship station.
Yeah, I believe Jim Costa asked him
about it. But he did respond. I mean, technically it's straight to him because he did respond.
Yeah.
He responded about it. And KG, you get whenever you want to throw that up there.
I think he was avoiding confrontation with a little jab.
Yeah, so on here on our graphic it says per Will Birchfield, which great follow on Twitter too.
I
by
love
the way.
Birchfield.
I've been following him on Twitter recently. Great follow on Twitter when it comes to Detroit Lions stuff. Great guy. He said Jared Goff responded to Skip Bayless and said, "No, I don't care about anything he says. Anything those guys say on daytime TV, you can skip over that." And guess what, fellas?
Daytime ends at 7.
Good thing we're on nighttime TV, baby. Shout out the boys, man. We got nighttime.
Let's go.
We're not daytime TV, Jared.
In the nighttime.
You can come join our show whenever you want. No, I agree with that, though. These guys, I mean, they just talk out of their new you-know-whats. They don't care. The national media, man, they have these perspectives on Detroit. They don't know what they're talking about. Some guys in national media and girls, they know what they're talking about when it comes to Detroit and the Lions and the city and all that. Most of them do not. Skip Bayless probably has no clue what he's talking about, and he's just talking out of his you-know-what.
Can't win with them. Can't do it. No, it was actually kind of funny the way, and if you go to Will Birchfield's Twitter, he's got the full kind of interaction on this interview. They asked him, basically, does bulletin board material matter to the Lions and Jared Goff? Goff responded, depends what it is. What do you got? And they said, Skip Bayless, after your game, tweeted, Jared Goff, cut him off. Nah, I don't care about anything he says. You can stop now. Anything those guys say on daytime TV, you can skip over that. So just, I'm picturing, I haven't heard it yet, but I'm just picturing that interaction, and the players know who's just spewing garbage.
Right. Oh, for sure. They know. I mean, they do listen at the end of the day, man. But the thing is, it's like they've said it before, like in Hard Knocks. They have TVs up at the facility in Allen Park. Like, they see stuff what people are saying. They probably ignore it, but it's up there when they're eating food there. They're sitting down eating and stuff.
Watching Woodward Nights.
It's right there. Maybe they throw Woodward Nights on there. Imagine that. Oh, that would be awesome. If Lions players, if you're listening right now, send us a picture in Allen Park of Woodward Nights up in there.
Mm-hmm.
I want it.
Yes.
That you sign.
I'll sign it too. Booner will sign it.
We need a Booner Pat jersey.
Oh, that'd be sick. Ooh, like number, I don't know what number, but when they would put Booner Pat on the back.
Be number,
yeah, I could.
Timeout.
However many wins.
Do we go conspiracy? What number is Penn Bowl?
58.
What Super Bowl is it?
58.
Bam. Bars.
Shoot.
Bars.
Broder, thinking on the fly.
Let's get out of this conversation quick. Let's just end it there.
Do you know what eggs
don't
cost?
do too much. No, don't do too much.
Okay.
End it right there.
Okay.
That's when you don't go too far, and you just say, let's take that good luck and let's run with it. All right, let's go to break. We're going to go to mailbag here. Make sure as well, if you guys, I'm going to tell you before the break here, if you guys hit the like button, we get to 200 likes. Broder will sing a song for you guys at the end of the show.
I'm the piano man.
We're about 40 likes away. We have over 300 people in here. We just need to get to 200. That means 40 of you that haven't, 150 of you guys that haven't liked it yet, like it right now. Broder will sing for you guys at the end of the show.
And we'll do multiple choice. We'll pick 4 songs.
I'm not going to sing, but you pick 4 songs that you'll sing and you do it.
No, pick 4 songs that then the chat's got to vote on.
Yep, and then you'll sing it.
Yeah.
Okay, deal. All right, Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Come to Lady Jane's for an award-winning haircut experience. Register to win a trip of your dream. And all expenses paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament. That is right. No expenses spared for you and 5 of your best buds. That is Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It is wicked awesome.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
The Detroit Lions are headed to San Francisco for the NFC Championship game. I don't believe there will be a Bullseye tailgate, but we got to shout out one of our favorite sponsors, our favorite partners, Bullseye Event Group, Long Drink. They've hosted some amazing events down at Eastern Market this year. I hope we do some more next year. Shout them out. Go check out bullseyeeventgroup.com to learn more about them.
All right, welcome back. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder on the Woodward Sports Network. WoodwardSports.com, whatever you're watching it on. Hit that like button right now. If we hit 200 likes, Broder will sing a song. He'll do a little karaoke to end the show.
Beautiful. I have a horrible voice. You guys want to hear this.
I cannot wait.
Yeah,
KG, how many likes are we at?
We are at 191.
Let's go.
That quick?
Yeah, man.
All right, let's get 10 more, and then we'll get a poll in the chat, and he'll pick some karaoke songs. Let's go, man.
They want to hear the vocals.
That is awesome.
I'll give you some ad libs in there. I'll
help out a little bit. I'm not a karaoke
Do, re,
guy,
mi, fa,
so
sol, la, ti, do.
you can hit it though. All right, let's get into some mailbag questions here though.
I mean, you have to ask all the questions, so I got to prepare.
Think about some songs.
Josh Turner, your man.
Just a fan said, would Booner Path look like a pretzel? Not. There's ups and downs. What is it?
It's salty.
It is salty. When you're growing up, you know how like they say like in life you have their
peaks and valleys.
Peaks and valleys. There's peaks and valleys, man.
Yeah,
for sure.
Sometimes you get a little twisted, but really it's delicious. However you have it.
At the end of the day, you get to the same end result, which is a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's all it comes down to. Eduardo O'Neill said, teams usually bring out former players to present the George Halas Trophy to the owner/coach. What player, other than the obvious Barry, should present the award to Sheila? I would say probably Barry.
Yeah, Barry got to get that.
I think it's going to be Barry. The only other person I can think is Kelvin, maybe.
How epic would that be? Like Calvin presenting it to Sheila with everything that's gone on.
Yeah,
that'd be picture perfect. So I'm going to go Barry, Calvin, Lomas, and
Lomas is a good one.
Right, he's part of the fam.
Yeah.
Who else was I going to go with? I can't remember. But
is that the trophy or is this the NBA I'm thinking of where they say don't touch it? It was bad luck.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I think it might be that one. I wouldn't touch it. William Vanderswag, can the Lions pull a win off against the 49ers and why? Yes, they will. They can and they will. Easy as that. Motor City street scene. Oh, I just lost it. Hold on. Stay there, Motor City. Stay there, Motor City. Where you at? Where you at? Yo, Booner, how many new women have jumped on the Booner path? Should have read that before I read it out loud.
Let's go. Too many.
Bitches love the Booner path.
Yep. These hoes ain't
no
loyal.
comment.
In the nighttime.
In the nighttime.
What happens in the nighttime stays in the nighttime.
Damn right.
Yeah, the Booner path has never mind. I'm just not going to say anything. Eduardo, I'm just not going to do that. If the Lions win the Super Bowl, will the Woodward crew be at the parade? You know what? I actually just thought of this the other day. Someone mentioned to me, like, Booner, hey, there might be a parade like in Detroit. It didn't cross my mind at all. Because we haven't won any team hasn't won a championship in so long.
I'm there. I might miss work that day.
I'll tell you what.
Yes.
I'm going to do everything in my power to have a float in that parade. I will do a Kool-Aid chug every block. Like, I will just sit there and just Kool-Aid chug, dump it on myself, Kool-Aid chug, dump it, for the people. I will make sure we are a part of that.
That Kool-Aid will be spiked too if you.
That would be one of the best days of my life, man.
Hey, I'll be live streaming off the balcony. You know that's facts. We'll be partying hardcore on Woodward right there, baby.
Booner, you need to get sponsored by Kool-Aid.
There was a comment. I saw a comment.
Whatever.
Someone tweeted at me and said, has Kool-Aid reached out to you yet? I haven't heard from anyone. I haven't heard from anything like that. The only people that know about the Booner Path and the Kool-Aid is the people.
What's the Kool-Aid parent company?
Or
is it just Kool-Aid?
Might just be Kool-Aid.
It's not like Jell-O. You could be like the next Bill Cosby.
The
I
Ronin.
wouldn't say that. But
Yeah, let's Broder. You have to know what you're doing here.
What?
Broder,
I'm about to sing in front of everybody.
Broder, what I want you to do real quick, I'm gonna put you in timeout. This is your timeout. Are we at 200 likes yet?
What? Oh, we at 207.
Okay, Broder, I want you to do this. You're in timeout. Type to KG the 4 songs you want so we can throw them in a poll so we can do the karaoke because we're already at 10 o'clock. We'll go a couple minutes so we can get a poll. We'll do about 2 minutes on the poll, and then once we figure out what wins, we'll do that. Stefan said, Booner the GOAT. Shout out, Stefan, man. Ronan said, Lions refuse to be defined by their past and creating a new present in the future.
Yes.
What is the national media mossing? Ronan, that's spot on. It's like, hey, the Lions haven't won a division in 30 years. Did it? Haven't won a game at this place in this long. Did it? They every time there's like a statistic, oh, Lions haven't done this, they haven't done that. They just keep doing it. That's the whole Dan Campbell thing. Keys to wisdom. The Booner Path T-shirt with the giant Honolulu blue Kool-Aid jar logo would sell some T-shirts. We do have a Booner Path shirt coming out. Can't remember. I don't know if there was a blue Kool-Aid on it or not, but it looks very, very nice.
We can also just take
Jeremy Anderson. Broder, go Tigers. 73 days till Tigers baseball.
Let's go.
Phil asked, do you write the commercials, Broder?
No, but half the time they're just coming off the dome. Got to freestyle a little bit, Harry Mack style. We're missing the Premier Pet Supply one, so sometimes you just got to, give your pet the best.
This is a good one, the away fan. This is kind of a look into kind of all of our lives. What's a chore that everyone in the studio hates doing? Laundry, vacuum, mopping, dishes. I'll start. Hate doing laundry.
Dishes all day.
Dishes suck too.
Fuck the dishes.
I hate the dishes.
It's the worst.
The only reason I hate the laundry is because you have to do it so much. Because I can't wear you can't wear dirty clothes. You can't be that guy. So there's just every day. It's like you're like, if you want to wear something, like wash. I'm like the guy too at my house too, and they all probably will laugh at it. Like I'll throw stuff in the washer, throw it in the dryer, and just leave it in there because it's just like, dude, I go to work and I'm gone for 18 hours.
18 hours.
What about you, Broder?
I don't like doing laundry, but I like folding, and that's something people don't like to do.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it.
I don't like cleaning up the studio after other people have food in here.
Well, we're asking your favorite chore.
Oh.
No.
Our favorite chores?
Oh, no, it was our hated. Sorry.
Yeah.
My bad.
Broder.
You threw me off saying I love to fold laundry.
I know.
I'm going to ask if you can fold
All
mine.
pictures are weird, by the way. Just a fan wanted me to remind you of that.
Whoa, this is something. God hates cowards. Do you remember how the Super Bowl logos had the purple and the red for the Chiefs and that? Sorry, the poll popped up. I couldn't read it anymore. I'm going to wait for it to go away. He said, mailbag, red and blue makes purple. Red and blue makes purple. Lions versus Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I put script in today.
Where they at?
Come on,
the
now.
options are hilarious. The options are absolutely
What is it? Oh, the options. I want to hear Nelly.
Where they at?
I think the chat so far wants to hear
Well,
Nelly.
we'll do it until 10:04. Once it hits 10:04, we'll end the poll.
Keep hitting those likes.
And hit the likes as well while you're at it. But
we'll get the Knights background for you going.
And
you guys got to be my background singers.
I'll give you a little music back here too, a little instrumental for you.
I think that would mess them up, right?
It might, but it might just for the support.
All right.
Jordan Schaefer said Booner hates the laundry because he has to keep getting blue Kool-Aid out of his clothes. I would say that if people are like, Booner, get a new sweatshirt. If you guys haven't noticed yet, I wear the same sweatshirt for Lions games. It's like my good luck charm.
Yeah.
I'm not changing it up. Like I have other sweatshirts and Lions sweatshirts. Like people are like, we'll donate for a new sweat.
My question is, how do you get all that Kool-Aid out of that hoodie, man?
Take
I
it
just
home,
don't
right
understand.
into the laundry, throws it in there, boom, it's out. Throw it right in the dryer. If I have to go twice, do it twice, and it's good. That sweatshirt will be hung in the banners, though, at the end of the season.
It needs to be.
I'll sign it. It'll be hung in the banners. Oh, we can auction it off.
That'd be sick. That's a one-on-one. That's an OG memorabilia.
I might want to keep that, though, forever, to be honest. Do we have it? What do we have? It's 5:04. Ride with me.
It is 5:04. Ride with me.
This was one of my favorite songs growing up.
Someone said, wait, let me record this. Hey,
Does
God
this
hates
mess you
cowards.
up here?
Don't worry. This whole thing is recorded, baby.
Does this mess you up here, or can you do it over it?
I think
I can't really hear it. But you guys are going to be my backup singers.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say, so I'm just going to listen.
Oh, you'll know.
Okay.
It goes like, hey, it must be the money. You got to chant that when it's time.
Okay.
We're just going. Court, what?
Are we going to get flagged for this?
Of course.
I don't know. No, my voice, it will not sound anything like the real song.
Where they at? Where they at?
In the club on a late night, feeling right, looking trying something real nice. For a little shorty, I noticed so that I can take home. I can take home. She could be 18 with an attitude, a 19 kind of style, acting real rude. Hey, must be the money. There we go.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go, Broder.
Hey, shout out. Appreciate you guys locking in with the show on a Tuesday night, man. I know it's random night of the week, but we appreciate all of you guys tuning in with us. As you guys leave, hit that like button. When the stream ends, go leave a comment in the actual comment section. Helps push our show out, and we love interacting. We'll be in the comment section after the show, mixing it up with some of you guys as well. So go ask questions, do what you need to do there. We'll be back tomorrow. Make sure Morning Woodward Show, 8 a.m. Big D, Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, heavyweights, and we'll be back 8 p.m. tomorrow. No Woodward and Maine.
No,
that was today. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 8 p.m. Love you guys.
Curveball.